And we are live.
Hello.
Hey,
Oh,
everybody. Welcome
Hi,
back
guys.
to the Chimera Collective one-shot series, mini-series 3, Tomb of the Cursed. This is part 2 of that mini-series we started. If you missed part 1, you can check it out on our YouTube, Behold Roleplay on YouTube. And look, we have all of our people this time. Everybody's here. Yay!
Yay!
Yay. All the jabs finally kicked in.
So that's good.
Oh,
We're about
bot.
to
Oh,
hopefully
bot.
enter the tomb.
no bot.
No
No
bot?
We've been
Oh,
having
no
issues with the
bot.
bot lately, and we don't know what's going on. We're actively looking into it, but that's not on us. That's the program. So
Poor Fox.
Yep.
He gets blamed for all that.
It does.
Rude bot. Rude.
There's a company for that.
There we go. Just, when all else fails, just copy paste the link.
Yup.
Copy pasta never fails.
Copy pasta. There we go. That's our YouTube link. Check it out. Some great shows on there. I've been finally watching Sonata, another kind of one-shot series that we've done in the past on this channel, and it's pretty great.
Yeah,
Really
yeah.
it's
love
great.
it. I now understand why everyone's always pushing HV Fox to turn it into a big campaign.
Yep.
Yep,
The lore is so intriguing.
it
Yeah.
is.
So for sure check that out if any of you haven't seen that yet as well. That's an older one, but it's good. So, agents, we have left off. You received a mission to head to the Al-Sharai Desert, where you would be meeting up with your contact, River, or Leaf in the River, aka River, a beautiful black tabaxi woman who for some reason had an interest in Dr. E that did not get returned in the slightest. They were summoned on Heart Moon's Day, which is my world's version of Valentine's Day. Their plans slightly interrupted, though they did get to have their chocolates and a little bit of fun before the main parts of their mission started. So arriving on airship, they spent the evening in the main city of Al-Sharai and then headed out to the deserts the next morning. They had a full day's travel and camped for the night. The night was fairly uneventful. However, come the very first light of dawn, they were ambushed by some bandits, a bunch of Knoll bandits. Things were looking pretty grim. The group was steadily getting overwhelmed by sheer numbers of this bandit gang. When they were subsequently rescued by a group of Anubians warriors on horseback. Anubians are basically what in my world are sort of like, picture Anubis, that jackal-faced god. So it's sort of like Tabaxi race, but like they've got jackal faces. So I call them Anubians in our world.
If Ellen wasn't spoken for.
Yeah, they're pretty tasty. They're pretty good looking. Anubian warriors, very muscular, and they've got some nice desert gear, all in dark coloring. But they came and rescued you all and defeated the Knolls, or chased off the remaining band, and offered some warning to you when they discovered where you guys were heading. To recap a little bit of that, some of the things that they mentioned seemed a little like strange to you all. One of the things they said was, "Hail Neba, who comest in ghost, I have not uttered lies." And River was able to let you guys know that that's actually a quote from the Al-Sharian Book of the Dead. And it came from one of the 42 judges of the dead in the afterlife who judge souls for the basically for the better afterlife, for rest. It's either rest or damnation. So that was a quote from one of them. So they seem to be of an order of Neba. River kind of informed you. These Anubian soldiers are from this order of Neba. They asked why you guys were heading to what they call the cursed city of Macaron. You had a brief exchange. They did offer you guys more cryptic lines, such as "None who enter return," "Mirrors of the soul cannot lie," "We've taken an oath not to speak of secrets entombed there," and "The greatest treasure men can offer was hoarded there." So you're not sure what to make of all of that, but it did seem very cryptic and strange, but they didn't seem to want to harm you guys, or they weren't actively trying to keep you from going, but they did, kind of strongly words of caution were departed. They did take their leave of you and rode off, leaving you guys to travel on through the desert and arrive basically almost another full day of travel, and you arrive towards the later evening at what you presume to be your destination as the sun is setting. You see evidences of this ruined one city that seems to have been just consumed by the sands of the lands there. You were able to see the dig site. There was evidence of tents, and there was tools left behind as if people left in a hurry. Nobody bothered to pick things up or pack anything in the area. So you see, clear signs of that there was a large camp of people, of archaeologists and their diggers and whatnot, that were once residing there and working there, but there's no sign of them now. And there's some fresh sand kind of covering things, but you can still see evidences of the site. You can see where there's a large crane pulley and lever system device that had risen these large stone boulders out, creating kind of an opening a passageway into what appears to be a submerged pyramid-like structure. Next to the pyramid-like structure are two heads of what you presume to be hundreds of feet tall statues of what looks to be the king and the queen of this once great city. So as you guys are kind of taking this site in and figuring out what you want to do for the night, if you want to go in immediately or if you want to get some rest, the battle against the gnolls did take a lot out of you guys, so you guys are feeling probably a little bit tired, especially after a long day of travel, but it's your call. As you guys are kind of starting to figure that out, you do hear kind of a strange sound in the distance. Sounds like something whooping, and you hear the sound of like a canvas flapping, and soon you see over a dune, cresting over the dune, is this sand skiff that's got this large sail on it, and you see a familiar figure of one of your agents who you were not able to connect with earlier. Charles Burbark. What's your agent name again, hon? I forgot.
I'm looking it up. Hold on.
He doesn't even know.
Exactly.
So Burbark is upon this skiff, clutching one of the
Destrier?
beams.
Destrier.
It down from my own notes, so I know.
Destrier.
Okay. I wasn't
Thank
sure
you.
if that was for sure yours or you were joking about it. So, okay.
It's officially on the card. Can't take it back.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
on the card
It's
now.
on the
Yep.
card.
Destrier.
Agent confusing French
Now
name.
the question is, was my card updated?
It was.
Yay! I look badass.
We'll just add it
Oh wait,
to
you
your
mean if you're
D&D Beyond too.
you mean your new look right now?
Yeah.
Oh, the
no,
new
I can
look?
do that real
No,
quick.
I don't
No.
think so.
You told
But
me
if-
not to. You told
No,
me
no.
not to.
No. The one that's the desert look.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Not the
That's
Valentine's
no
one. That one's done.
Yeah, she didn't have time to update the desert one. But if anyone wants to look, a few of our players did create a desert look, and on Roll20, I'll leave it up for
Let me switch
for
over
that
so
for you guys to
everyone
see.
can
Can get kind of a look on the desert gear while I do this introduction. For a few of our characters decided to go on Hero Forge and immediately design some cool desert gear, which I love.
I mean, we had to.
It's sort
I
of like
would as
having
well,
a
I just
doll
never
to play
posted it.
dress up with. You
It
know?
is.
It's
Yep.
irresistible.
Yeah, it is pretty hard to resist it for sure. We've got Crystal, we've got Kieran, Charles, and Wisteria. I don't know. I almost said Arissa. And I'm like, that's not even one of your characters. I don't know why I want to say that.
That's my
name.
character, but
I
thanks.
know. So you guys see Charles cresting, holding onto this beam, and in the front, goggles on and ears kind of pulled back from the sand and the wind is this jackrabbit person who seems to be steering it. And so they go like a surfer off of a wave, just and kind of skid to a hole right in front of you guys, basically getting sand all over you, the whole group, as he takes a sharp turn and just splashes sand all over you guys.
You just see Elowen just kind of look annoyed slightly and then just press hesitation. Just get it all off.
You mind getting me too?
You're all gonna need it.
Not sand places I don't want sand.
She waves her hand and makes sure everyone's cleaned up.
Appreciated.
And the jackrabbit turns to you, Charles, and goes, "All right, mate. Well, I got you to your buds. It's a good trip."
Thank you, Captain Voska. It's been a pleasure. Gives him a handshake.
Shakes your hand, pulls up his goggles, looks at the rest of the group, and you guys see he's got a massive scar across one of his left eye, and his eye is missing. And he kind of winks at you with his good eye and says, "Hello."
with his good eye.
His good eye.
Sorry. Pleasure meeting you.
Hello.
So glad you could finally join us, Charles.
Sorry about the late show. I got a little caught up in all the festivities last night with my uncle.
I don't blame you. You have family here.
Hey. Has anyone gone in yet?
We just arrived just moments ago ourselves.
There you go. It kind of looks over the group and notices Leaf on the river. Good day to you.
Hello. Agent.
Destrier.
Right. I had you in my notes as a maybe. I'm very glad you were able to catch up with us.
It's my pleasure and my honor. I see everything's pretty much good to go. Are you all rested?
No.
We just arrived.
Oh, we're quite
Been a
tired
long day.
ourselves.
Then allow me, and he picks up his suitcase. All right, guess I'll set up camp for us all, and you all try and get some rest while I set up.
The captain kind of
Oh, right, and tosses him a bag.
he catches it and stuffs it away. Right. Well, this place is right spooky. I'm out of here.
Probably for the best. Thank you again, Voska.
Yeah. Look, you know where to find me if you need another ride when you're back in the city.
Of course.
All right, I'm out. And he just like whips his sails around the other direction, catching the wind, and takes on off.
The creatures are very interesting here. I'd like to learn
River
more
kinda-
at some point.
It's better to call them people, after all. Not
My
creatures.
apologies.
River kind of looks at you, tilts her head.
And she's like, never mind. Well, it would seem... Kind of looks over at the leftover tents and gear that was left behind. Guess we could just set up here, honestly. Everything's already made for shelter. Would I have actually noticed on the way here any chance of a sandstorm blowing through?
Yeah, give me a survival check.
Alrighty. That is going to be a total of 18.
Okay. You saw a few signs towards the east, but you were going so fast on the skiff you didn't have a moment to figure out like the exact direction, but it was massive.
Right. Just in case, everyone, we'll be doing our watches from inside the tent. Just in case that sandstorm sneaks up on us that I passed by. Not sure if it'll change direction or not.
River nods. That is wise.
Starts making sure that everything's all in order, and I guess we can start our nightly rest.
Agreed. Start fresh in the morning. Be a good idea. And
Yes.
keep a lookout. I don't know about your travels, but we came across a pack of gnolls, so best we keep a sharp eye out.
Oh, is that what I saw?
Yeah, you saw a lot. You guys passed by some lumps in the sand. You went by really fast, so it was hard to tell, but they did look like a lot of like humanoid-shaped lumps and weapons sticking up out of the sand.
Bandits, I assume?
And they certainly dressed for it.
Barely could tell when we went over them. Anyway, so what have we all figured out? Information has been rather scarce. I know that this place is like Makaran.
Yes, why don't you help me set up some camp, and I'll fill you in on all the details. And I'll go ahead
Exposition.
and fill everything in.
Exposition.
Ah.
We don't need
While you
30
guys are
minutes of
setting
explaining.
up the tent, River is getting close to the opening to the temple, but not fully going in. She just places her hand on the building, and you see her eyes kind of. If you guys were to look at her, I don't know if any of you would be paying attention, but her eyes go completely white, and she just kind of stands there with her hand on it for quite some time.
Well, that is one way to divine our path. Maybe we can ask her about it when she comes back.
Let's not disturb her for now. Let's
So
not break her
did we all
concentration.
want to set up watches or plan on watches, or how are we going to do this?
We'll probably definitely want watches. We don't
Especially
want
with
to.
the gnolls out.
Yeah. Nothing sneaking up.
I'm fresh, so I could definitely take the first one if y'all don't mind.
Do we all have enough of us to maybe have 2 people per watch? Is that possible, or do you think we could only have one? It would be so much possibly better to have 2 if we could.
I don't mind.
I don't mind at all.
All right. So, who do we pair up with?
Don't want to go with
No one talk at once.
You guys see, those of you who are paying attention to your surroundings, would see River's figure collapse.
Oh,
I'm not very observant.
yeah, I was like, oh, that's not good. And I just go over.
Yeah.
Passive perception.
My passive is.
Actually,
15.
I have a passive perception of 14. Would you like me to roll and see if I would have
Not
noticed?
necessary, just like your call on if you think your characters. It's a pretty open fucking space, so if you're outside and doing stuff, you might have noticed. So I'm not gonna make you guys roll for it. It's just you be your own judge. What would you guys be doing right now? Do you think your character would notice?
Sadly, my character would
Probably.
not.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think I
and
would, but
the other-
seeing everyone else move, she wouldn't actually do anything about it.
Yeah.
So
Karen would be checking people to see who needs healing before we start resting, so that she doesn't waste spell slots. And when she sees River drop, she'll like immediately head over there.
Okay.
And I would like to do a medicine check just to see if this is like, does she just exert herself too much with whatever her weird eye thing was doing, or did she take a poison dart to the neck?
Yeah, go ahead and do a
let's just
medicine
go-
check.
If
Let's
I
just go
saw
dark side.
the Twilight Princess move coupled with what I probably would have been observing generally in my surroundings, I think I would have seen that and I would go over.
All right. You follow her over.
18.
Okay, so you can tell her breathing is rhythmic and steady. Her eyes are open and they're still white, but she seems unresponsive. You don't see any visual like lacerations or any cause for no bleeding, nothing along those lines. It's just she collapsed and is breathing rhythmically. Not heavy, but rhythmically, like she's asleep.
Perhaps we should move her back to the tents where we're keeping watch. She may just come back to.
Kieran, give me a religion check.
Okay.
Just having an out-of-body experience.
Let's see. That's gonna be a 12.
Okay. So you know that she's connected to her god, similar to how you're connected to yours. And you've heard that sometimes when you go into like a deep meditative state and you make some sort of significant connection, something similar to this can occur, where you go into almost like a catatonic state where you're in this waking dream. So you think maybe that might be what's going on with her?
Oh, she's like in some sort of deep prayer. I mean, usually you sit down because you can fall over. So like,
Probably not intentional then.
well, I mean, she's not dying. But I mean, I don't know how long this is gonna last because it's not my god. So you know,
Let's bring her
Would
to
I
the
be
tent,
to
let her rest.
carry?
Should we move ourselves over here to protect her? Obviously, we can't just leave her alone.
I mean,
So-
we can just put her down somewhere to rest. I mean, she's not dying. She's not in duress. She's just,
Then I'll
basically meditating.
Yeah, I'll just scoop her up then, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I don't
And
feel
just-
comfortable being that close to the temple when all sorts of crazy things have been happening. At least not until
Yeah.
we're fully
Yeah.
inside.
Let's
I
just
agree.
kinda take her over to the inside of one of the tents and to make sure she's in a comfortable position.
Okay. You do so, and you lay her down. Her breathing remains steady. Her eyes remain creepily open and white.
Probably wish she'd close her eyes as well.
No. That's
Put a cloth over.
it's fine.
Let's have her face a
Just
wall
to stop her from staring.
She's looking straight
so her
up.
eyes
You don't have to.
dry out. I mean, not
We
to
are.
sound rude, but maybe put just a cloth over her eyes so they don't dry out in the desert.
If
And
it
I will
bothers you
clarify,
that
it
much.
doesn't look
Stand
like
or something goes in.
To clarify, it doesn't look like her eyes are rolled up. You can almost see a shadow of a pupil. It's like her eyes have this milk over them. Like it's like a magical white glow almost, but it's really faint.
I would just suggest not looking at it if you are perturbed by such things.
I think we were more concerned about something being in her eyes. The sand sprays up over pretty much any gust of wind.
Well, that's why we're inside the tent.
Doesn't mean there's no sand in here.
Then don't kick it around.
Do tabaxi have nicotinic membranes that, like the 3 eyelids, like other cats do?
Sure. Didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, that's actually a thing.
That
I mean,
sounds cool. Yeah, sure. They do. I'm gonna make it a thing.
You
DM
have a
says,
cat? You don't know these
Yes.
things? How dare you?
she just
Like,
blinked.
and
It looks like a normal blink. It's not like a shark.
Have you not
Well,
studied the way the cat blinks?
I
Nah,
haven't gotten like a hyper slow-mo of it or anything. But...
the best one is alligators and crocodile because the inner lids that they have do that sideway close, which is creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, if one of those eyelids had kind of gone over, she'd be all right, probably. But
She'd just have a little bit of a scratchy sensation when she woke up. Just rub it out. It was fine.
So much concern over I broke the party, but just leaving characters either.
We brought
You
Trish
did.
to real life into it. I'm like, hey, I wear contacts. This is real shit. We need to protect her eyes.
Like,
this is what happens when you give us details.
Oh dear. All right, so what are you guys doing? She seems fairly comfortable where she's at right now. All right, got your
Karen-
watches set.
Karen can do first or last because she can't do middle because she won't get a full rest.
I only sleep for 4 hours, so put me wherever. I can technically, well, I can't take 2, but I can.
I'll do one of the first.
Yeah.
yeah, I can fit wherever as well. So
Okay, so you guys
Yeah,
settle
same here.
down for the evening in the tent. Do you all stay in the same tent together, or are some of you separated?
Can it?
I think
can
I
the
only
tent
have a
fit all this?
2-person tent.
There's a larger tent, a cook tent, and dining tent that would be large enough to accommodate the whole group. Otherwise, there's more individual tents that fit about 2 to 3 people. Those are the
Okay.
usual sleeping tents, but you guys can pull like sleeping gear or your own sleeping gear out and sleep wherever you want. But
Sorry.
Or throw things.
I'm-
Man down.
Because of what we've heard about this place, Elowin's all for sleeping in numbers, just to keep
Yeah.
track of people.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
the larger
especially
tent,
especially for keeping watches, it makes sense to have everybody kind of together so we can.
Keep an eye out.
Yeah.
the
And
larger tent
have-
has taken a little bit of damage, but it won't take you guys too long to kind of just double check everything and making sure everything's kind of battened down and then get settled for the evening.
Had Elowin finished her work with the book that you wanted to do?
No, she did not.
She did not. No, I haven't been able to finish it yet. Which is what I plan on doing before I go to bed.
Okay. So you're gonna open up the book and start kind of trying to learn a little bit more about the translation,
Yes.
about the language. So as you're studying, the others are settling down, starting to drift off, fall asleep. You're listening to the sounds of the desert at night. And I'm gonna go change my siren skip because I can. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do desert noise. That
Hey,
makes
desert
sense.
noise.
It just says music for a deserted place. Sure. What does that sound like?
Oh my god, it sounds like a lot of whistling wind.
Nope,
Not ominous at
That's
all.
the original
Gotta be
music.
careful with the wind, though. You know,
Wasn't the wind something that actually got us muted?
multiple times.
Oh,
It's,
gee.
it's a weird thing. Yeah, it's I don't know. Apparently, wind is copyright. Stupid. We have not been able to.
I
completely
copyrighted the
confirm
way
that.
this wind sounds.
That's
I'm pretty sure he hasn't used a deserted wind though. I think he uses wind from a different thing.
there we go. It's his wind sounds. Hopefully, it's different than the other wind sounds that got the
As,
issue.
as long as we're still talking, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
As everybody goes silent.
No dead space.
So you guys settle down. You hear the winds kind of starting to pick up a little bit. Maybe the sandstorm's getting a little closer to the area that you're staying in. And those of you who's awake right now, who's like on the
First.
watch and reading.
I
First
am-
watch.
Okay. The two of you are kind of keeping an eye out, and Elowin is reading her book, and As you guys are reading, you're like starting to feel like, oh man, this day is really just taking a hold of us, and it's been a long day out in the sun. You're feeling kind of tired. Can you guys give me Constitution saving rolls, please?
Sure.
Yes, I can. Give me 1 second. I have to check something. Nope. Cool. Okay.
Okay. Charlie got a 14.
Okay.
Excuse me. Sorry. I got
You're
a 17.
fine, sweetie. Okay.
17.
So Charlie, you start to drift off first. You're kind of keeping an eye out, looking, kind of peeking through the tent, and then your eyes get heavy. You kind of do that. You get heavy. Wake yourself up again.
Trying
And
to
then
do the
the
clap
third
thing.
time, yeah, you try that, but keeps you up for maybe another minute, and then you slump over asleep. Elwyn, you stay up a little bit longer, kind of reading, focused on your book. You do stay up long enough to do a roll, so you managed to do that. So for your
Yay.
book, so I'm gonna need a intelligence roll. Let me see what I had set up for your character. I think it was just a straight roll for you.
I think so, yeah. I'm not special like the doctor.
Charles also would have gotten some extra bonuses because he's familiar with the root of the language.
It is another 17.
Okay.
It's my theme.
See what you just missed the DC.
Damn it. Damn my +2.
And as you're studying and focusing, you also feel your eyelids get heavier and heavier and drift off asleep.
Damn it.
Can I get, as you guys are resting, I need wisdom saves from all of you.
Everyone?
Everybody.
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 Will. That for me is an 11.
Okay.
320.
20?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a
18.
dirty 20 for 20.
Okay.
Or did I say dirty 20? A nat 20
You
for
did.
20. There
Oh,
you go.
okay.
Makes more
A nat
sense.
20
Yeah.
for 20.
The other
Is muted.
Yep. Someone asked me.
It helps if I'm not muted.
Yeah, Kieran, what'd you get?
I got a 15.
A 15?
Yep.
Okay. And Crystal?
18.
18? Okay. And Charles?
21.
Okay. So the only ones that you all are aware you're dreaming, apart from Kieran and Dr. E. You guys feel like this is real for a moment as you're seeing this. So you hear the sound of buzzing and wings, thousands and thousands of wings, and they slam into the tents. You see them swarming around your companions, consuming them instantly. And they swarm around you. And you open your mouths to scream. And you're all seeing the same visions. It's just some of you know it's a dream, some of you don't. They're calling inside. And Dr. E and Kieran, you guys both take 6 points of psychic damage. The vision fades. And Dr. E and Kieran, go ahead and give me wisdom save one more time.
That's better. 18.
10.
Okay.
I hate it.
The
I'm
next
guessing-
vision occurs. So everything goes black as the swarms go over your eyes. And now you are in the city of Al Sharai. Only the streets are quiet. Too quiet. Each of you walks alone in your vision through these quiet streets, and you turn a corner and you see the bodies of hundreds of people with boils all over their faces. Some areas are piled, the bodies are piled high. The stench is overwhelming. Everywhere you walk is just more and more dead. Kieran, you are going to take 5 points of psychic damage. And go ahead and give me another wisdom saving roll.
So it was 5 points this time?
Mm-hmm. You're all lucky you rolled so high on that first one, by the way, the rest of you.
Mhm.
Yay? Question mark.
Okay, let's see.
Well,
I need healing.
Thank you. Freaking, I rolled a Kraken.
need
Thank you.
healing.
Okay. So, as you guys are walking through the streets, you turn another corner to see another gigantic pile of bodies, and the pile falls towards you. And everything goes black as the bodies can just basically overwhelm you, and you're crushed underneath them. The next vision begins. This time, Kieran, you feel the warmth of your goddess behind you. You see her light. And your panting breath, your frantic heart starts to calm. And you finally realize this isn't real. This is a dream. I'm okay. You're still a little panicked, but you're starting to calm down as the next vision begins. The wind is screaming. The sand is powerful. This great sandstorm is looming ahead of you. It's miles in height and miles in length. There seems no end to it. And it's coming towards the city, towards you. You look to your left and right and you see your companions standing there facing the same threat. And as this gigantic storm approaches and gets closer, a face appears in the sand. It looks sort of similar to the masculine statue, the king. He starts talking. It's a language that is difficult to understand, but a few of you might be able to make out something. Dr. E and Charlie and Elowen, go ahead and make a history check, I think we'll do for this.
Okay.
Dr. E, you can make yours with advantage.
Okay.
Ooh.
23 for me.
Sorry, there's several people talking at the same time there. Dr. E, what'd you get?
23.
23. And Elowen?
16.
And Charles?
19.
Okay. Elowen, a few of the sounds, it sounds familiar. You can make out that this is ancient Al Shrine, but you just can't piece it together. Charles and Dr. E, Charles, it's a little difficult for you. It's been a long time since you've had studies in this at all. And it was more like just for fun that you looked it up for your own history. And you could hear a lot of the root sounds, so you can make out the gist of this. Dr. E, it's pretty clear for you.
What do you mean?
So you hear the king's voice, and here I have it. He says, "Free me, and you can stop this." Charles, you were able to make out "free me." The rest of it was a little hard for you. And the mouth of this king opens wide, and the sandstorm starts to curl over you all. And then in a piercing feminine scream of "No!" shatters the image and bathes it in a bright purple light. What have you become, my love? Everything goes black, apart from this purple light in the center, and a figure of a woman, a female tabaxi. Crystal crown broken on the ground in front of her, purple robes tattered. And she looks up at you and pushes her hand out and starts speaking. And I'll need another round of history checks from the three.
Is mine still being made at advantage?
Yes,
or
yours
just
is.
regular?
Pretty much whenever I ask you about the language, if you finish the book, you get to make it with advantage.
Oh my god, I rolled higher.
22.
12 this time.
Yeah.
This is another history check.
Yep.
Dirty
Alright.
20.
Okay.
That was a real dirty 20 that time.
21.
Okay, you all understand this crystal clear. She says, "You should leave. I cannot stop him for long." And then the image goes completely black. And you all wake up, gasping.
So to be clear, in our dreams, we saw every single one of us being accosted by those moths in the first one.
Yep.
Looking around, do I see where Elowen's at?
And they were locusts.
Locust, okay.
Thank God
Do I see where
serious.
Elowen's sitting? Or is she... I guess how far out of the tent? Was she in the tent, out of the tent? Where was Elowen in all this?
If I was on lookout at that time, so I was outside the tent, probably, I was probably close to, like, a little makeshift bench, so it's 10 feet, maybe, outside the tent, not too far.
I am scrambling out the tent looking for her.
I'm in the tent, and when I get up, I try to see if River's still around, plus the others.
When you guys gasp and you sit up, the tent's almost gone. Many parts of it have been torn away. You're looking at you lifting up, and you guys were partially submerged in the sand. You kind of cough up a little bit of the sand. And you also see carcasses of locusts all around you.
Well, another reason why I didn't want to be inside right away. Nor do I think we should sleep inside if we can help it.
Other than that, you guys are fine. Somehow. However, you don't see River.
Like, where I left her last, I just kind of dig down a little bit just to make sure.
You find her. And she
Okay.
wakes up gasping.
Oh boy. Are you okay?
No.
All right, let's get you out of that. And it just kind of like helps with getting her up.
She accepts your help.
Yeah,
She looks around. What happened?
something knocked me out last night.
It's no surprise that it's this place. We already know the details that there's some sort of aura or something that is either luring people inside or making them disappear, so it's no surprise to me it's this place.
What are you going to do?
We're going to set things right.
Good.
First things first. Did anyone else hear the voices from those two entities?
Well, yes. Seems the old king wanted to be set free and promised to stop all this tomfoolery should we do so, but, the Tabaxi maiden, she did not seem to think that was a good idea.
It seems the king has been cursed or altered in some way to the point to where maybe he was corrupted. It seems that was perhaps his queen trying to stop him. But it was a little weird. It sounds like perhaps she was reaching out to us, not just to him, asking us for help. I think we need more facts.
All I know is whatever these things were did a number on me. I'm hurting really bad.
Oh, here. And River will approach you, and her paw will glow, and you feel healing powers and energy going into you. And we'll just say you're up to full. She's got enough spell slots for it.
Well, I was gonna ask, like did we go through a full night rest, or is it morning? Did we wake up in the middle?
So it is dawn. Yeah. Let me roll. Let's see. Get up, Rivers. I want you at full health for going into this. So I was thinking of maybe some interesting things happening if it was more than one of you, but I don't want to pick on you too much.
Don't feel bad. All the other GMs do.
Just pick on us. It's fine.
So yeah, River will heal you.
So when I look around, do I see that it's morning then?
Yeah.
If it's morning, did nobody wake me from my watch? Like I had terrible dreams, but did we all sleep through the whole night then?
I think we did. And as I said before, we were knocked out.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think the sleep just suddenly came over me, and I'm sure it was the same for Charlie, so I think it was this place that knocked us out.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, nothing attacked us. Well, physically anyway, as far as I can tell, like the nose.
Reaches in mouth to make sure there's no bugs in there.
There's none.
Oh, that's one worry I don't have to think about for a minute.
I'm still a little confused because, like, I dreamt about the locust, and I'm seeing the locust, but I thought it was a dream, but I'm like, what's a dream here and what's real?
That's the
River
mystery now,
shakes her
isn't
head.
it?
This place is wrong.
Well, I guess sitting around here talking about it's not going to get any answers. We better go. If everyone's ready, we better go in and try and get this taken care of.
Everybody check your gear.
I will be remaining behind.
Understandable.
When I approached the structure, Anubis was very adamant about me not joining at this time. He summons me to another task, and I will return as soon as I can. Hopefully, it will aid you, but...
Very well. We appreciate the guide to this point. We wouldn't
I
have gotten this far
apologize.
so quick without you.
Please be safe.
You as well.
Will
Be
you all be
careful.
okay all by yourself, though?
I am never truly alone. And she kind of clutches her amulet. I will be fine.
Well, I understand your concerns and fear with this place anyway, from what you believe in. So, of course, I'm not going to force you or ask questions. Just be safe getting back on it.
Thank you.
Riva
Yes.
has like a hand on his ibis totem. We live, we die, we know. Be safe out there.
Thank you so much for that follow.
Right.
Kieran is gonna give her a it's not like a blessing, but she's just gonna say like, like a prayer, like a traveler's prayer for Saloon.
Great.
Like
And
there's no actual effect to it, but just as a thing, because she's going off alone, so she's just gonna throw some extra godly power her way, hopefully.
The River starts reciting a few things of her own that are from the Al Sharai Book of the Dead that are about finding the path. And she bids you goodbye. She's gonna wait there for you guys to go in, but she's not going in.
That's fair.
So you guys head towards the tomb?
Yep, gonna take point.
Yay!
I'm waiting for Elwyn to go. I'd probably say a little uncomfortably close to Elwyn at this point because she's very disturbed by the dreams.
Yeah.
Karen's gonna be in the middle, just because she wants to make sure she's within spell range of everybody.
And real quickly, Dr. E will turn around, nod, and tip the hat.
It was a pleasure, and I do hope we get to see each other again.
She smiles. And a little, like, blush on her fur. And then shakes her head. Such a shame.
She was gonna rock Dr. E's world.
Yeah, she was.
Her tail kind of just twitches a little bit in final irritation as you walk in.
I, as the player, am upset.
Yeah.
That's how I felt with the Anubians. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
That's what happens when
Why is Kara throwing hotness at us that we can't attain? Alright, so you guys head towards the opening, and you see that they've excavated a wall, and there appears to be, they've forced open some doors that lead into, which looks like would have been like a proper passageway at one point that had been stoned up. And let me see. I'll bring you guys to the proper map. Map time. Maps.
Yay.
Maps.
Oh my.
If I can find... Did I really close Roll20? How did I do that without knowing I did it?
That's
Oh,
not
there
a
it
thing
is.
you do.
That takes skill.
There it
It
is.
still shows you in there.
That's
So-
a skill
That-
issue.
Sometimes it doesn't even take skill. Sometimes you're just like bloop bloop bloop. Oh, whoops.
Yep. Alright. So, this one. So, and obviously you guys are gonna have to, like, not meta.
Yeah.
But
I'm
let me move your
Meta.
tokens in.
I'm gonna be checking
Shouldn't
for
rat.
traps and whatnot along the way.
Where are we?
Yeah.
I'm
Good
bringing
question.
you guys in.
Oh, okay.
Just grabbing the tokens.
I was like, am I crazy?
Yes.
Oh, also,
Not
Me.
That's fair. That's fair.
Charlie, at some point, Dr. E has given you a vial, and everybody has one, but they had theirs already, so Dr. E has given you a vial of a mystery liquid, once again.
Oh, what color is it this time?
We will roll to find out when you
Just use
drink it.
Well, you would know the color.
It was made in a non-see-through vial, so we don't know.
It's opaque.
Dang it. I assume it's the white one. I just move on. All right. So, should I go ahead and start rolling for trap checks?
Yeah, just tell me what you are looking at specifically and where you're.
Making sure there's no tripwires or trigger plates around the area.
Okay.
What's the light situation in here?
It is black. It is dark. In the map, it has those lit places. Those of you with, you're getting a little light from outside, so this immediate chamber is slightly illuminated. So it's, I guess it would be more like dim light. You do see there's some sconces that could be lit off to the sides. There's two sets of heavy double doors that lead somewhere else. And you guys are surrounded, let me read my description real quick, but the walls are covered in these murals and hieroglyphics depicting, and it's hard to see because of the dim light, but you can make out that there's like paintings and there's hieroglyphics along the walls. Maybe with some more light, you'll be able to make out some more details. You see the sets of ornate double doors that are sealed shut. You see a large stone altar in the center, surrounded by 4 ornate pillars.
All right. Karen's gonna. She has dark vision, but she knows that dark vision doesn't give details, so she's gonna cast light on her shield.
So how much light does that give off? Like, what's the radius?
20 feet.
20-foot radius.
20-foot radius? Okay.
I was gonna do the same thing on my amulet, just what kind of emits from me, and cast light as well.
Okay.
As much as I would love to put it on, like,
Is it
crystal
a
to
20
help her
foot?
out.
It's a
It's
20
20
foot
foot.
radius as well? Okay.
Yeah.
I can set it up on the DM screen, but I wish I could. I don't know how to set it up so that you guys can see the radius effects too. But
if you click
maybe
on
click
our
the show button?
tokens,
Yeah,
if
try
you
that.
click on our tokens,
That does it.
it's actually we can do our own auras now that I think about it. If we wanted
Yeah,
to.
you can if you want to.
Really?
Yeah, so because if you click the little cogwheel for settings, you can go down to token aura.
Huh. Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
So
Not relevant to
since
this
it's-
character, but
Yeah, so now you can see movement around. Oh, it's purple. It's infrared.
I'm
Make
just
it
trying to
purple.
differentiate the light.
Oh. I'm seeing everything in a UV light.
I
Oh God, it's
still don't
roasting
see it
your
on my
eyes.
side.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
Turn it off.
You want to know what happened in here?
Nasty in here.
Who brought the glow
And,
markers? All right.
As for Dr. E, I will take out the all-in-one tool that I got from last session,
Okay.
and I'm going to make it turn into a flashlight. And I'm also going to go ahead and set the cantrip to be Sacred Flame.
Okay. I'm gonna say I don't need the radiuses showing anymore because y'all
We got
have
it
so much
pretty
light in the room now.
good.
Yeah. Well, because once
There
we
we
see
go.
the sconces,
It's lit.
I'm thinking of lighting them anyway, so
Okay.
to kind of help out. I just want to be able to see better so I can see that.
Okay. Yeah. Just go ahead and just move your token slowly. Let me know what you're checking out and all that. Charles, you said you wanted to investigate something for traps. What did you want to look at in
Yeah,
particular?
so, basically foot plates for like pressure traps or tripwires. And
Okay.
I rolled a total of 22.
Okay,
Since-
so carefully you're walking around kind of the immediate vicinity around the altar and looking around the pillars, and you're not seeing any evidence of any kind of, you don't see signs of what would be maybe a pressure plate. If they are, they're very, very cleverly hidden. You don't see any signs of tripwires. Seems safe to you.
No. It wouldn't make much sense to trap the actual altar room, actually, now that I think about it.
Well,
If you find a hallway, let me know. And just kind of move up to the doors.
Elowen,
Well-
do you want to light one of the sconces? I can check it out to make sure that's not going to trigger anything unexpected.
I was actually just going to say I was going to maybe firebolt it to make it easier, but I think it would be wise to check for traps first.
Alright, so I'm more head up to the sconces, and I'm more look around them to see if there's any kind of mechanism, and if there is, what it's trying to do.
And you should
The
have plenty of
sconces?
light from
Okay.
me here. Yeah, you
Yeah.
should have plenty of light still.
Okay, so you want to investigate them? Go ahead and roll investigation.
Investigation. That is going to be an 18.
They look like there are these bowls, and peering in, you kind of see some sort of really dark liquid pooling at the bottom.
Does it look, do I
Um,
see anything, tubes, anything that might run off the bowl and lead to something else that might
You
be
don't see
triggering?
anything like that, and it smells like oil. Like if you were to light it, it would just be this lit oil sconce.
I don't think there'll be a problem, Elowen. Let me step back just in case. And I'm going to come back over to where Elowen is before she lights them.
Gotcha.
I just want to make sure, but I suppose we shouldn't do anything drastic with magic just yet. Thank you, love. And she's gonna go up to
No
it,
problem.
and she's gonna use one of her flints to light the fire.
Okay.
I thought about it. I'm like, is that over the top? That might be over the top.
All right, so you go ahead and light the sconce, and it bursts up, lighting that side of the passage or temple room. And you're able to see the murals and the hieroglyphics along the walls in a more detail now that things are more well lit. On that side, you see appears to be the people of Makaran and different various stages, images of their king and their queen.
Does anything stand out looking at these walls? Just anything that
Sure.
seems out of the norm, out of the ordinary, I guess.
Give me an investigation check.
A 16.
It appears to be like in the book you saw a lot of this too, that with hieroglyphics and with these murals, they tend to be a lot of times they're telling a story, and this appears to be the story of the king and the queen. Only it's like pieced out and erratic, and the story is a little hard to piece together. It seems like snippets of moments. But there's nothing like raised on the walls. Nothing seems to be necessarily different. Pieces are broken. A lot of it is faded. But there's various scenes. You can see in one image on that side of the wall, it appears to be the queen figure, who looks very similar to the woman in the dream that you saw, only depicted in like a very hieroglyphic, like you know how they do like the side view of a lot of
Yeah.
the
Oh, yeah.
So it's a lot of that and like positions like and she is surrounded by large desert beasts, jackals, lions, alligators. But she appears comfortable.
Is there anything to indicate that she was in fact a healer, since we were told that she may have had healing properties?
Okay, so you're gonna look around the walls trying to find a depiction of that.
Yeah,
Give
kind
me
of
another
proof.
investigation check for that.
Finally rolled above a 12. That is 23.
So, looking through, a lot of it again is really faded and pieces are broken out, but you do catch sight of the person's head has been faded and broken away, but there is a hand outstretched, and there appears to be figures of people who are injured or sick, and there's like this healing light coming from the hand.
Okay.
As in the next image shows a man who was once crippled, able to stand, and people who are hunched over like sick, standing straight up and smiling.
Okay. So that kind of helps clarify some of the rumors of what may or may not have been about her. She's gonna go ahead and kind of yell out over in Charles' direction, say, "If you don't mind, Charles, can you look to see if there's a sconce over there? There may be, and light it for its place."
Of course, and he'll just kind of make his way over.
Okay. And it's pretty well lit, this chamber now, so you can see another oil sconce parallel to the one Eloin's next to.
Okay. Yeah, and he will take out his tinderbox.
Okay.
Just light one up.
And a jet of flame. No, just kidding.
And that one was the trap one.
That was the trap one.
Bad road.
Just
Wah,
kidding.
wah.
It lights up, and you see the other wall of murals and hieroglyphics.
Is there
is
something
much easier to view.
Is there something I can make out from it?
Sure. Give me let's see. Are you looking for anything in particular, or just kind of taking it in, seeing what you see?
Taking it in, trying to understand what they're trying to convey with this room specifically.
Okay, what they're trying to convey. Give me investigation then.
All right. Not terrible. 17.
So this wall, you see more pictures and depictions of what appears to be the masculine figure, the king, based on the crown or the headdress, the pharaoh-like headdress that he wears. And you see an image of soldiers with spears, and he's standing above them and kind of pointing forth at a city in a distance. You see images of figures fighting, men fighting, a great battle. And you see a little further down, you see images of two figures, the masculine figure and the feminine figure, presumably the king and the queen, and they are kneeling in front of a river. Well, not kneeling, they're like sitting by a river and like in a peaceful way, and they're holding hands and leaning towards each other, their foreheads and their noses touching. And again, you notice that a lot of the images, there's some other images too, but they're too faded, and it looks like crops maybe, but it's hard to make out what that part of the picture was trying to tell you. But you can see things are scattered, like they're not in the right order, like things just don't make, it doesn't make a cohesive story. It's more like just a depiction of moments.
Does it look like the parts of these murals can actually shift around?
You're looking through and continuing your investigation roll. You're kind of feeling around the tiles, and they just feel like wall tiles right now.
Okay. theory. It's not adding up. It's not a almost as if someone's messed around with it.
Actually, what was your investigation roll again?
A 17.
Okay. And show me where you want to, what area you are trying to kind of check out.
Just kind of moved down as he was looking at these murals,
Okay.
trying to figure out.
So as you go and you step here and you're checking the wall, you step and the floor kind of gives a little bit and rocks.
Again. He kind of looks down, and does it look like it actually gave way, or?
It's wobbly. Like it's loose.
He'll see if he can like take one of his. Let's see. Do I have a crowbar on me? Inventory.
If you have a Dungeoneer's pack, you do.
I do have a crowbar. Take that out and see if I can lift it up.
When I see what Charles is doing,
Mhm.
I'm going to be carrying Widow. I would like to have a look at the room, realizing, it's infrared, but I would like to have a look at it from the infrared perspective to see if anything catches my attention.
Okay. Click. You turn on the infrared and start scanning the room. And
I motion to Charles to wait for just a second while I do this.
okay. You focus in on that area. It's all cool. Nothing seems to be glowing red right now. No heat signatures apart from Charles himself.
And nothing on the walls or like nothing in the room overall that is giving me any kind of
You
heat
take
signals.
a moment scanning through the chamber. The sconces obviously light up in the infrared. They're pretty warm. Nothing else besides
Okay.
the people and the sconces.
Okay.
And
I sort of motion to Charles that I'm not seeing anything that's from in infrared.
not even me.
Well, you of course, Charles. A little warm around
That's
the
the
edges.
twist. No.
Dun,
Well,
dun,
actually,
dun.
Charles, now that you mention it.
Oh, hush.
M. Night Shyamalan, end of the movie plot twist.
He was never really there.
Yeah, but
So
I go
while-
ahead. I go
while
ahead
this-
and pop the thing first before.
You gonna lift it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You lift it, and you see there appears to be a tablet, stone tablet underneath the tile that was kind of poking it up a little bit. It's got hieroglyphics all over it.
Gonna grab that.
Okay.
Nothing underneath it.
There, you carefully lift it up. You hear a click. And then a piece of the stone on the other side of the tablet just falls off. It was just a piece of stone falling. You're fine.
Okay, just making sure.
I'm just messing with you more.
I mean, that's fair. It could have been a key that fell off the darn thing. for
It's
all
too
I know.
fun.
It's fun.
If
It
you go to
really is.
roll 20, you'll see an image of the tablet. At least
Okay.
as it is right now, untranslated.
Now, are these the same hieroglyphics that I just learned?
I'll make it bigger for you guys.
Oh God.
Sorry.
I zoomed in and then all of a sudden it just blew up in my face.
My bad.
It's a token, so you can just select it and Shift Z.
That's true. Okay, I'll bring it. I'm gonna put it back to the size I originally wanted it at then. I will just shift Z. Bloop. There we go.
Nice.
Horizontal
So
row.
are these the hieroglyphics that I just learned?
Are you gonna go over there and look at the tablet?
I would have been looking around the wall and stuff like that to try to read what I could as well.
Okay. So looking around the walls, a lot of the hieroglyphics themselves have been rubbed to the point where it's very difficult to make out. Occasionally you can make out little bits and pieces, things like this city and Kabara. You keep seeing the names Kabara and Makarasati over and over again. Kabara, Makarasati.
King, queen.
Yeah.
Elowen,
Yes?
you have the translation book, yes?
I do, though I'm still trying to understand it.
Bring it over here. I can speed read through this at least a little bit.
If it helps, I've already finished it.
Oh, you've already ciphered it.
Yes.
Get your butt over here and start helping me.
He really
It's been a while
did
since I've
me.
seen it.
Johanna Non, thank you for that
Like,
raid. Welcome.
Just kind of bring it over to like the middle where the light is good and just start getting everybody together to look over it.
Okay, Dr. E, you can roll with advantage. This will be history.
Sure.
And then the other two, Elo, and if you're looking over it, you can roll as well as Charles. You can make a roll.
Because
But
I still
your
want to be
DCs
involved.
Your DCs are going to be a little higher,
Yeah.
19 for me.
but it's possible. Okay.
I don't understand. I changed dies. They're all popping up as 12s. 12 is the
You're-
number tonight, guys.
You keep betraying your dice.
What the hell? So, because it's a 16.
No, the dice betray her.
I'm gonna use my behemoth. At
Mm-hmm.
least I can get a 16 minimum.
Roll.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Oh, consider-
Dr. E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll a d6 for me.
Okie dokie. 4.
Okay. Is just to help randomize something for me. Thank you. Now I need to get to the proper layer. Okay. So you're able to translate it as Shift C. Should be popping up for chat soon, but it says Kaba Ra found Makarasati, surrounded by great beasts, yet fear had no hold on her. That's what it says on the tablet.
Okay, I will say that for everyone.
I'm starting to think that maybe she was a druid.
Well, I think if there are more of these tablets, we need to find them.
Let's just check around. I found it by accident, honestly. Check to see if any of the other floor plates are wobbly.
This one was directly in front of the picture there.
I'm gonna move
Yes.
you guys back over to the map.
Maybe each one has its own tablet.
Possibly.
They almost might be hidden as well. Someone didn't want these to be found.
It's true.
What if the tablets are simply giving more information on the pictures that they were showing?
Well, that is my thought. Yes.
Like a
But what would be
Description.
the point of hiding them?
don't know why it would be hidden, or if maybe it wasn't hidden on purpose and it fell down. Maybe it was supposed to be like a placard that we put up for our art, saying, here's who made it. They're just describing the moment.
It looked deliberately put there. I think maybe, perhaps the queen or someone else put it there long ago because of what was happening with her husband. Just basing this off the dream that we saw.
Possibly.
Well, I guess I'll move along to the next pillar then.
And I'll search along the other side. Somewhere
I was
kind of do the same thing over here.
Do the same thing over there.
We can do it together! Well, you're not allowed to roll, because you rolled false.
Well, I can at least help, assist. Damn it.
So do I need to make a
marking the one that you guys found?
investigation
So
roll for this side?
Okay.
Where was the one that Charles found? Where was that
I'll
found?
make it.
That
I'll make
was
it
right
visible for
here.
all you guys. I drew it on the GM layer. Do that.
Okay. So
Rude.
I
Not you.
I will go over to this one and search for one as well.
And is Elwyn allowed to aid me as she wanted to?
I'm trying.
No, just need to see if the DM will allow it.
How is she aiding you?
By
Good.
trying to see if I can find any stones that seem loose or out of place.
So you guys are just working together?
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
just working on the other side.
Okay, and so where are you looking? Where are you checking?
Basically just gonna go down the wall, because I guess they found it next to the pillar. So kind of the area they found, we're just gonna
Start
search
up
around
here.
every pillar.
Okay.
Yeah.
So go ahead and give me investigation.
Do we have both of us separately?
One of you can do it with advantage, or you can do it separately. It's up to you.
Alright.
Don't trust my 12s.
Okay,
Go.
so I will do it with advantage. Woohoo! Thank you for the advantage. That was a 19 on the die. It makes a 21 investigation.
So as you guys are searching over here, you do notice something interesting about the pillar. So the pillar looks like it has a notch in it that's the exact shape of the tablet that was found. Like something would slot into it.
When you've seen this,
I am.
you think we should attempt to put it in?
And you notice that the pillars, or that pillar that you're looking at, appears to have 2 of these tablet shaped notches.
Well, it seems like this could perhaps help us with the picture a little bit better, but we need to find the second one, it looks like.
It does look like it. I mean, we'll have to check all the pillars, but I wonder if the tablets are stored on one side of this room and the holes are on the other.
Perhaps.
Or more move on to another pillar and look.
Okay.
Yeah, down to this next one.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Dr. E's over at the other one.
I'm just checking something real quick for myself. It's about 1 times 2. So going down to this pillar, now that you know what to look for, you see that it clearly also has 2 slots for a tablet.
Okay. I guess we should let the others know.
Find anything?
Found some slots for the tablets. Looks like that there's 4 that we have found so far.
I wonder if there's an order to them too. We'll only know once we can read them all, but
Agreed.
and find them all.
I have a feeling that they're not all going to be in this room, though, but we can certainly look and be thorough.
Alright then.
Just keep looking for now. We'll keep looking on this side, since there's another one we need to look for, and go down to this pillar.
Do I find the slots that they mention on my pillar? as well?
Okay, so Dr. E, you see one slot on that
One
pillar.
slot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm also looking to see if I find one of those tablets.
Okay. And then Elwyn and Wisteria, there appears to be no slots on that pillar.
So far, so far. Check the floors and the walls just in case if there's another tablet hidden there as well.
Dr. E, give me an investigation check while you're looking in that area.
Ooh, 25.
Okay.
Nice.
So you are looking around, you're checking the base of the pillar, you're checking the floor tiles, you're looking over the walls. You approach the double doors, and as you're going along the sides, you notice that something up high appears to be loose in one of the hieroglyphics. And one of the hieroglyphic tiles this one would be more of like a mural. The mural itself has a vision of a river flooding over. And part of the river tile, the flow, like where the drawing of the water flows, and it should have a continuous flow from one tile to the next to the next. It's like it was twisted and it was put in wrong. Because it doesn't create the right river flow. It's like it goes straight up instead of continuing the snake.
Okay. So
That's odd.
Okay. Just rolled something for myself. Dr. E will take his mask off.
Ramiel, if you would, so kind as to fetch me that tile.
And my little gas mask homunculus servant will float on up and go grab that. Or
Okay.
try to.
He goes to grab it, and it actually loosens fairly easily, and he's got it.
Bring it down here, friend.
And so when bringing it down, I'll take a look at it. Are there hieroglyphics on the back?
Are there hieroglyphics on the back is what he's asking.
Yeah, so when you take the river tile, and it's the right size of the tablet that Charles found, you flip it over and there is hieroglyphic writing on it. And you can roll a history check if you want to try to translate it.
Well, that's a nat 20 for a 26.
Yeah, you translate it. So I will reveal another. So this one says disaster struck the lands, famine, drought, plague.
So I'll get everyone's attention.
Yes, it seems I have found another one. It was right over there. It didn't look quite right. So keep your eyes out for things that don't quite fit.
Do not try to put them in just yet. Not until we found all of them.
No, agreed. We should make sure there's not an order to them. We'll only know that once we've read them all.
How many slots have we found so far?
We've found 5. The left side has not been thoroughly looked at yet. We were just doing the right side.
Alright, I will look at this pillar just to make sure.
Can I help Charles look at the pillars?
It's pretty easy to see once you approach it. There appears to be two open slots for tablets.
Alright, so we've got 1, 2, 2, 2.
7 in total. I guess I'll go up the wall on this side.
Kieran, are you at the altar right now?
Muted.
She's standing like on the edge of whatever that circle in the middle is. She's
That's
not
the
standing.
altar. So they're like
Oh.
stairs that lead up, and then
Yeah.
there's an altar.
Yeah,
in the center.
she's standing on the stairs, not the circle. Just so she has a good like viewpoint of everyone in the room.
Okay.
In case
You can see that there, since you're standing there, you can see that there's hieroglyphic writing on the altar going around the circle.
Guys, there's like that weird picture stuff, like here as well.
Let me see.
It's like one of those
I'll go
creepy
over.
things and like a crocodile head guy. And then like some stork lady.
So you go over there, give me another history check, see if you can read it. There is a chance you will fail, and everyone will fail, and you'll never know, but very slim chance.
Wow.
Like poor Kieran is useless for this whole event because she has like a 9 intelligence. She's 6.
Not useless.
There will come a day, Kiara. There will come a day. But today is not that day.
Today is not that day. So what'd you roll? Something ridiculous?
23.
Yeah, okay. So you clearly glance. You're getting the hang of this. Like, this is, it's not much not as difficult as it was when you first started reading the book and stuff. Things come to your mind very quickly, and you can see that it says, "Prove you're worthy of passage. Order the tale."
This was a very good find, my dear. Yes. These are the instructions. It says, prove you are worthy for passage, and that we must order the tale. So, our suspicions are confirmed.
I'm gonna do something that none of us have done, but I think we've already put 2 and 2 together. I'm gonna go to the top over there and check to the doors. I'm assuming those are
Okay.
doors.
Yep, they're ornate doors that are shut.
And in your head, Wisteria, you hear, Wisteria, my love, can you take a look at these doors up here, please? I
Certainly.
believe that they're perhaps the tablets are the key to get us through here, maybe, but I just want a closer look at these, please.
Of course. And I'll responding mentally as she's kind of gotten used to this type of talking.
I figured this is the whole point of the puzzle, but I'm like, no one actually looked at these doors, so let's just look at them.
We're just doing the puzzle just to do the puzzle, gosh dang it.
Let's skip the doors, go straight to the puzzle.
What would you like me to
That's how
look
good
at?
we
Do you like me to
Um,
see how they open or traps? I mean, what are you looking for?
Perhaps traps or something. You're just a lot more acquainted with that than I am.
I'm gonna check for traps.
Okay, give me investigation.
9. It's definitely trapped. 100%.
Oh.
Everywhere.
Their doors, they're stone, very thick, heavy stone, and they've got some ornate designs on them. They don't seem to be writing per se, and there's no keyhole. You don't even really see hinges. They're so well designed in this area, and the walls partially cover the doors. It doesn't appear to be any way to open them by normal means.
I'm not seeing how to open them. I mean, they don't have hinges on them. How do they slide? Do they swing? I'm not sure how these are going to open when they do, but I'm not seeing a way to open them physically.
Yeah,
Hmm.
completely.
Are you saying this out loud or in your heads?
In our heads. So we're just standing there staring at the door. We're staring went like this, and now we're staring again.
Charlie has kind of wandered over in between the 2 doors and is just looking at the both of you.
Well, perhaps that's what's what we're supposed to do, so perhaps all the tablets are inside here to get us through, so we just need to find the other tablets and put them in order.
Makes sense. Maybe we should check
Yeah.
the other door just to make sure it's the same.
Agreed?
I'm just
Are
going
you
to
guys
send
touching
a-
the doors, by the way?
I'm not.
I mean, I assume I would have touched it to investigate it.
Okay, it feels like stone and it seems pretty sturdy.
Yeah.
But did you want to do anything with it or try anything?
She was checking for traps, and now... Not really, because she was trying to look for mechanisms and traps and stuff like that. So she would have
Yeah.
touched it, but she wouldn't have tried to push on it.
That's fair.
Alright, I'll wander over and look at the other one. Still without saying anything out loud.
You,
just
you,
look
you
over.
pass by me, and I'm just like, do y'all need help?
No, I think we got this.
You realize these things are just like weighted doors, right?
Well, I think we have to solve the puzzle to get through.
True.
Is-
We're
Saying
just
that
kind
out
of
loud?
confirming. I said
Now
that
we're talking out loud,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. At some point in this, when Crystal tweaks onto what's going on, she would like to get down on her stomach, flat on the floor, so that she can look around the room and see if she can see any pieces of floor that appear to not be level.
Okay. As you get down on the floor and you're looking around, give me an investigation check.
She touched a pressure plate.
Shit.
Damn it.
Thought. Well,
We've wandered all around this room. I'm sure if there's a pressure plate, we would have found it by now.
That's also
oh,
fair.
hey, investigation. This is looking good. Let's see, investigation. Oh. Why am I not seeing? Oh, here we are. Oh, that sucks.
Oh no.
My investigation is a -1, but it still gives me 16.
Okay. It's not bad. Trying to grab something real quick. Blip. So with a 16, you're looking around, and although you see a few stones that are kind of raised up, but you indicate them, and some of the others will go and step on them, but they don't seem to be what you're looking for. However, while you're down there, you do notice that seems to be a clear difference between the two sets of double doors. The double doors over here, you notice that some of the spider webbing
Over here being where?
you can't. No ping. No ping.
Because
No.
GM
You might be
layer,
on
GM
GM.
layer.
You might
No
be on
ping.
There
There
it
you go.
is.
There you
This
go.
one.
Ping. The ones on the left. You notice that like the spider webs from the air coming through the passageway you guys came in through, they're kind of dancing and pushing around, and you can see some dust or some sand and stuff is starting to flow underneath the door. There seems to be a gap underneath that door. It doesn't seem as solid as the other set.
I will let the group know what I've seen.
Just
What
want
I've
to take a look.
noticed.
That's handy to know. Now more check this door for traps.
And I'll
opening
stand
mechanisms.
up, and not having prestidigitation, I'll just brush myself off a bit.
Okay.
A little
And I'm
disappointed that I
looking-
didn't find any floor plates.
I'm looking for anything that could possibly be one of these tablets too this whole time.
Okay, where are you looking?
I mean, I'm looking wherever.
That's not helpful.
I feel like it's been a long time. I could have looked a lot of places by now.
Okay, give me another.
Look at the bottom pillar, because we haven't checked the bottom pillar yet.
I was looking.
Yeah,
at
sure.
this one.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Okay, that's going to be a 26.
Okay. So you were able to see and it's covered in a bunch of cobwebs, but you're able to see a broken tile towards the top corner here.
Okay.
It seems a little weird, a little out of place.
Go
Popping
over
down a
there,
little
check
bit more
it out,
damage.
lift it up.
You clear away the cobwebs and are able to pop up the tile, and you see another tablet. And Wisteria, roll your investigation for traps on the door.
Ooh, natural 20 for 23.
Okay.
So traps and opening mechanisms were the two things wanted to look at.
Give me a history check, Dr. E, as you look over the tablet. And Wisteria,
Jeez.
you don't see any tripwires, you don't see any tubes, you're not seeing any kind of sense of traps. You do feel the air going underneath the door, and as you touch the door, it just pushes and opens.
Yeah. It looks like we have another hallway.
We should just double check to see if there's more tablets in here. I feel like this is kind of important, you know?
Yes.
And
Let me check for traps before you run in there, and you can follow in and help look.
We're not gonna go down that hallway, right?
Not
Until
now,
we find.
no.
Yeah, then, all right. No checking for traps until then. Until after we've done this stuff.
Oops, did I not have you guys on the right?
We're
I'm
on the
sorry.
tile that looks at the tablet.
You gotta let me know when we're not on the ping.
Oh, I thought you were gonna pull up the tablet that he found.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were doing.
I didn't know I'd moved you. Okay, so I did have you guys there? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so what's
And
your
we're
history
back
check?
on the tablet.
That's fine. What's your history check?
25.
Okay. Did it do it? No, it didn't do the thing. What is it? Shift Z?
I saw
we
it
go.
for a second.
So
There we
this
go.
one says, Kabara wed the beautiful Makarasati. The city rejoiced.
I will relay that information. And in fact, it looked like there was a little platform, a square one just to the south of the altar. We're gonna say,
Let's start placing the tablets here so that we can work on ordering them once we have them all and have them all laid out.
Very well. Now drop the one that I had at the main entrance, and then go back over to one of the sconce actually area. See if I can find anything nearby.
yeah, and I'll look down here in this area-ish.
Okay. You guys are unable. You keep searching, and kind of feeling along the walls, feeling along the stairs. You're not finding anything else that seems out of place. Just more murals, more hieroglyphics that are faded.
So does that mean that this room is cleared?
Yes. You would feel pretty confident about that at this point.
What
Okay.
about the ceiling? Did we look at the ceiling?
You can roll an investigation for the ceiling.
Okay. I'm probably the wrong person to be doing this.
Do you let anyone else know that you're doing this?
Yes, I do.
All right. I will. Do you want me to do this with advantage?
I'm just gonna move it along. There's nothing on the ceiling. You guys are
Okay,
Oh,
just making
okay.
sure. Just
fine.
making sure. Okay. Since there's only one other
to be
way
thorough.
out,
Want to make sure
I'll
we get
just-
everything. God damn it!
I'll go up with Wisteria and assist them in going through this hallway and looking for traps.
Okay.
Is Wisteria going to search for traps again?
So the doors are open. I just can't open them because I did not make them tokens. So just pretend they're open.
Fair enough.
And you see, when you walk in, you see there's a dark passageway. There seems to be some slight stairs along the sides. You have to kind of walk further in to make out some more details. There's pillars right ahead of you, from what you can see from the light coming off of Kieran's shield and
Kieran's
Dr. E's light.
Kieran's gonna tap Wisteria on the shoulder and give her guidance.
Okay.
Lasts
I
for a
will.
minute.
Move in and start checking for traps.
Right behind you.
Okay. Give me an investigation.
Advantage.
Probably take our first
Guidance.
break.
Do I have advantage?
Why? No, guidance is just a D4.
Yeah, no, I know. I was just because he said advantage, so I was confused. That's all.
I'm assisting you.
He's aiding.
Aiding.
Oh,
He's doing the
Because
aid
I
action.
am also a rogue.
okay. Then both of you are doing it. You can give her advantage or do your own. That's fine.
Both of them are kind of crap. My dice betrayed me. This is what I get for getting an extra point earlier. So the total was a 11.
With the D4?
That's with the D4. Yeah.
Oh! Oof.
I rolled a 3 and a 5, so.
You don't
Wow.
see any obvious traps. You do see that there's more oil sconces to the left and right of you that could light the chamber a little further. And you are able to, when you step forward, you are able to see that there is what appears to be like these little what do you call them in the walls? They're like display indents. I don't know how to describe
They're,
it.
Like cases.
Nooks.
Nooks,
It's
yeah.
it's,
like
it's,
like
an, it's, an,
catacombs
it's an
kind
alcove.
of.
Yeah, there's like nooks and on some of the the nook over here, there appears to be something on like a display slab, but you can't make out what it is in the dark. Unless you have dark vision. Do you have dark vision?
Yes,
I
I
will
do.
be.
Oh, it looks like a pile of coin.
Just gonna go ahead and use another tinder from my box and light one of the sconces on the
Ping
left.
where she's looking, please.
I'm looking over here.
Okay.
Essentially. And over
On
there.
either
Yeah.
side. Yeah, you can't see the thing in the corner there. This looks bare from your vision right
Oh,
now.
Yeah.
okay.
And
okay.
then this looks like she can see a pile of coins. And when you
Oh,
light
okay.
the
Okay.
fire,
Yeah,
the
I
coins
had
start to light up and glitter.
Yeah.
I kind of had it reversed, and I was thinking that the box didn't look like a pile of coins. It's
Oh,
all
yeah,
good.
no,
I'm,
it's
I'm good.
okay.
I'm good. Okay, I got
Cool.
it. Sorry.
You're no
We
worries.
should probably take our first break before we continue forward.
Oh, thank
And
you.
I-
I'm always forgetting about breaks.
Real
So
quick,
we'll go ahead and take our first break, and then we'll continue on, see what they find.
So just real quick, as I was looking, I was mind linking with Elwyn, just telling her everything I was seeing as I saw it, because we're connected.
Okay. Sounds good.
Always connected, baby.
Always.
All right, we'll see you guys after this short break. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. Thanks, all.
it's like I have staggered DCs for things as well. You
And
know,
we
so
are back.
so
Oh,
basically,
hello.
you know,
We're back. So you guys see a pile of coins. To the left seems to be some display type things. These little nooks. There's a chamber at the far back of the room that is not lit right now, so it's hard to make out. But how far is your dark vision? Is it 60 feet, 30 feet?
oh, my dark
Oh.
vision is 300.
Hers is 300, yes.
Merciful.
Mine is the Twilight Cleric does that.
Okay.
Yeah, you're just
And
60.
where do I find that on here? 60? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd
All
say
right.
60 feet.
Yeah, you can see that there's a chamber. Kieran, you can see clearly that. Well, actually, you can't because the pillars are right in your line of vision. But I mean, the dark vision isn't impeding you. You see a hall. You see a chamber.
Do I see like a color degradation in my grayscale between the coins and the rest in that like plinth that they're on?
What? What's your question? Sorry.
So the coins over here,
Uh-huh.
can I see that there is a grayscale difference between them and what they're on?
So
Because
Kate
Oh.
knows the coins.
Yeah, because the thing is like, because my trick is like dark vision is literally grayscale. Everyone's like, oh, I can see in the dark. Like, no, do you have dark sight or you have dark vision? There is a distinct difference between the two. Dark vision is like looking through grayscale. So, like, you know, so if the coins from a grayscale perspective don't look any different from what the plinth is that they're on, then she would just see it as like a lump. She wouldn't be able to tell that they're coins.
I mean, they're a different color, so I think they would be brighter.
And we just lit a fire right next to them, so you might be able to see them a little better now too.
Yeah, they've
Oh.
got like a gleam.
Okay, so then if she sees the coins, she's just gonna go like, "Oh, that's a trap." Like she's just gonna blurt it out like the coins are an obvious trap.
Maybe. We'll have to see.
In either case, I'm going to go ahead and light up the other sconce.
Okay.
Do you
light
want
it
to
up?
take one side and I'll take the other? And
I'm not touching anything. I'm just going to
No.
move right along. I'm just going to move forward.
Okay.
Could I move here without
Yeah.
or
I'm
yeah,
gonna-
okay.
I'm gonna up the guidance on Wisteria before
Okay.
she hits the hallway.
thank you. So I'm gonna go up to each of one of the I want to go up to the cases and basically look around the cases to see if there's anything special about them or anything. I'm not really like grabbing for the coins or anything, but I want to know, okay, what's going
Okay.
on here?
So you can see that there was once some maybe beautiful tapestries that were hanging in this area. There was probably more things on these displays, but they've disintegrated with time,
Or been pilfered.
or possibly pilfered. You're not sure. There is some things that remain. There's the pile of coins. There's it's quite a large pile of coins over there. There's a box, a small chest that is closed on the right side. There is another small chest also on the right side that looks a little bit more aged than the other. There is jewelry that is tarnished, or not, maybe not tarnished, but it's not quite as gleaming and pretty as it once might have been. The gems aren't quite as shiny because they've got, like, you know, a layer of dust and cobwebs and grime. But if they were shined up, they'd probably look pretty nice. It's like necklaces and bracelets and neck collars, things like that, decorations, jewelry along the side there.
Point
And
of
then-
order.
Every story.
you-
Thank you so much for that raid.
Oh yeah, welcome raiders. Thank you.
Point of order. Before I left the sconce, I would have grabbed one of my unlit torches, lit it, and then started walking forward.
You
That's right.
also see that there appears to be, the chamber opens up. There's faded paintings on the floor in the chamber ahead of you. There's also like hieroglyphics and paintings on each of the pillars, but the hieroglyphics are very faded. The paintings seem to be repetitions of other depictions that were in the other chamber, with a focus on the king and the queen together, from what you can see of the non-faded ones. And there's paintings and stuff on the ground that have been long faded. Evidence of like just torn fabrics and what appears to be bedding,
A bed
broken
chamber.
pottery.
Keeping in mind that we're looking for these tablets still, do I see anything out of place that might... That's how we're finding all the other ones.
Just looking around, continuing the investigation you had before,
Yeah.
nothing, without like actually interacting with anything, nothing seems to catch your eye in terms of like a tablet. However, there are several things that could be hiding a tablet in the area that would be large enough to do so.
Have we been given the all clear on this room? Like,
yeah, I
no.
was
the
just gonna
rest of
say,
us
are we
can
allowed
come in?
No.
I think at this point
Okay.
we're serious and seeing him so far ahead because I don't think the floor is trapped. Just, be careful when touching things, or maybe
Do
ask
I-
us to look before you touch.
All right.
Do we notice any recent footprints in the dust on the floor?
Okay, give me either a survival or investigation.
Um, it'll
I'm definitely
be
inching forward.
it'll be survival. And do I get advantage because I'm holding a tabaxi?
Because what?
She's holding the
You're holding
taxi.
a kitty
She's
cat?
I'm holding a
tabaxi.
tabaxi. Do I get advantage?
Not
Oh,
anymore.
I
Tabaxi just
wish.
left.
That's a good try, because I love kitties.
Tabaxi just left, so no.
There's lots of cats in Egyptian lore, so
Yeah.
since that's we're seem to be themed after.
That is not with you at the moment.
No, it's only a 10.
Okay, a
I'll
10.
be investigating as well.
Okay, are you looking for the same kind of thing?
I'm
You see her
looking
kind of
for.
looking along the ground?
I'm looking for anything out of place like what we've seen before. I just want to find these tablets.
Just give me an investigation roll. Crystal, with a 10, you can see that the floor, the floor here isn't as disturbed as the rest of the chamber outside of this room, because the room you guys first came into has been exposed to the elements, so there's been wind and sand blowing around everywhere in there. But this chamber, the doors were closed, so it hasn't been as disturbed. You do see that there is cobwebs that seem like they've been broken even before your companions went through them. And you see that there's disturbed places of sand. You do see some footprints, but you can't make out details. You're not sure if they were from your companions or from others, but you can see that there's been traffic in this area.
Okay, I will point that out to the group.
Someone definitely could have pilfered these displays.
And Dr. E, what was your investigation? Are you going into the chamber, or where are you looking?
Yes.
Okay, you're going in.
Yes. I'll just start moving along the room, and whatever
That's
I can
fine.
try to
Just-
find, I'll try to find. 22.
Okay, are you interacting with anything, or just checking the floors, the walls, the ceilings, the
Yeah.
usual places?
I'll check first, and if something were to pop out as like that looks a little strange, then I'll interact with it to see if I could, if maybe there's a tablet involved.
Okay.
So visual first, then interact.
Okay.
But yeah,
Was it
22.
22?
22.
So you can see that the footprints in the ground, some of them don't match any of your companions' prints. So there has been others. There's some evidence of others having come through this area. You don't see any signs of like any loose floor tiles or wall tiles. You see that the pile of gold would be large enough to potentially hide a tablet. You see the chests on either side would be large enough to hide a tablet. You don't think there's a tablet probably underneath the jewelry because you can see that pretty clearly. The chamber ahead, there seems to be a large, worn bed-like structure and some broken pottery areas there that might be hiding a tablet.
Let's start with the so you had kind of mentioned gold, the chests. So let's start with the
chest
gold.
bedchamber.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, start with the gold and like brush that aside carefully.
You shift the gold aside, and you see that mixed in the gold coins, there seems to be like gold figures of some sort of creature, as well, that looks coin shaped, like a bug, a little coin shaped decorative bug, and you kind of gently slide those aside along with the coins.
Are they
And
scarab beetles?
They are scarab.
Ah, no.
And you see there is a tablet underneath them.
Okay, I'll work on translating that one.
Okay, and give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
You're reading them as they're biting into you, like.
Well, that'll be a 4.
Okay. So as you brush it aside and you reach for the tablet, all of a sudden some of the little scarab, gold coin like scarabs, just, you notice that some coins just are sticking to your hand. And then you feel something.
Oh no!
Here comes the fun.
I couldn't watch this in the movie. I can't do this now. No.
I'm glad Wistaria's next to me with her knife.
So you
I was
take,
gonna ask, can I see this happening as it's happening?
you take 7 piercing damage as several of these beetles are stuck to your hand, these coin-like beetles, and they're biting you. They're biting your buddy.
Am I close enough to the doctor to try to brush them off of him?
Sure, you want to try to brush them off?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna try and sharpshoot him off him. Like,
Well,
I got this.
No.
I was gonna try to grab his arm and like use the dagger to plop them off.
Yeah, I was gonna just firebolt them.
That works too.
My hand.
Well, you know what?
Things when you got told not to.
You also notice that your body starts being glowing with this faint blue light all around you.
Arcana check?
Well, once the bug thing is dealt with, I will check that.
What would I need then to try to brush the bugs off?
How do you want to try to do that? You rush over there. I'll allow you to have a reaction to this.
Yeah, I'm thinking I would have been clever enough to have gloves on, but maybe not. Like, I mean, I don't know. In my Hero Forge thing, I have those, fingerless gloves on for shooting and archery and stuff.
I picture Dr. E probably having gloves on too, but this went through the gloves.
Okay, so I mean, my first reaction is just going to try to be to stop them from, maybe grab his wrist so that the bugs can't go up his sleeve, and then just try to brush them off.
Okay.
Or knock them off with the back of my hand.
I almost
So
want to
go ahead and give me an
like
attack roll.
ticks.
So an attack roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Attack.
Like
I
with
almost want to.
so that would be an unarmed strike then? Is that what we're after here?
Yep.
Okay. I get. Let's see. Do I get to that? Attack. Unarmed strike. Oh, okay. So I get a +3 on that. All right. Let's see what we can do with this. Not so good. 10.
Okay. So you swipe at them, and you come away with your hand, and you just come away with more of the beetles on you. and you see the pile of gold starts pulsing. And I'm gonna need everyone just to roll initiative for me. And Crystal, can you give me a dexterity saving throw?
That would be 15.
15? Okay. That makes it. So yeah, you are not outlined in gold or anything like, or in the blue light. So you're fine. For now. Let me see if I can add you guys to the tracker. I remember how to do that. Add turn. There we go.
Ooh.
Do I have fucking... What are these little guys? Did I not make a token for them? Oh, there they are. And Dr. E, you would have been like right there. In front. Wisteria, I'm not sure where you were, but
I mean,
I know him and Crystal were right there.
I'll say since he went over to the coins, I probably moved on to try and help Elowen. Let's do that.
Okay.
'Cause that seems fair. Much as I'd like to be close to the enemy.
And there's a close-up.
Ooh, that's a cool picture!
Those are
Oh, they're
cool.
beautiful.
Yeah!
I want them. I want them.
I knew you would.
They'd make beautiful earrings.
Now,
Yeah, they would.
No.
and maybe
Well,
this
they wouldn't
is
come
something
off
that
easy.
needs to happen. Maybe this is something that needs on my turn. You let me know.
Okay.
But are they organic or are they construct? At first glance.
You can check that out on your turn.
Okay.
It's hard to tell from right now. They look like legitimate gold. From what you could tell, just when you were reaching for it. Okay. Oh, they've got a good dex. All right.
I'm glad I'm not the only one with like this with the crap ass initiative.
So first up is Wisteria. As you see these, you hear a yelp or sound of some kind, I imagine, coming out of Dr. E, and you see Crystal kind of the corner of your eye start to take action. And a surprised sound from her. Whip around to see just their hands kind of covered in these gold beetles. It's hard to tell what they are, but they look like
Crazy
coins
Texan.
come alive.
Thank you for that follow.
I was still checking my inventory to see what I had on me. There we go. So, as I move... Oh, here's what we'll do. I'd like to... Buttons.
Buttons.
If I move here, would I be able to access the gold? Like if I wanted to make attacks against it or try and...
You move where? I see you over
Here.
by Elowen. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's sort of like this
Not
mass.
sure how much room there is to get in there at that angle.
Essentially, you're looking at what appears to be a swarm of these things.
Okay.
And the swarm is focused in this area. So I would say that you could get a good hit in from that angle because they're kind of just all over this area.
And since I took a path that went this way,
Okay.
would I have been able to bonus action hide as I went around the pillar to try and... So I broke line of sight and I want to try and pop out in a way that they weren't expecting.
Sure. I have no idea how that works with a swarm of creatures, but I'll just treat them like I would a creature. Go ahead.
Well,
Okay.
either way, you have 2 allies within within threatening
so
range.
she
You
would
get to
have it
stand back
anyway.
anyways.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's true.
Yes, good point. I forget about that. Because to me, that
That's
shouldn't be.
a very important one. Don't forget that
I
one.
know it's an important one, but to me it doesn't make complete
That is
sense in my
huge.
head, so it's hard for me to remember it. So I won't do that. Never mind, because I want to be able to use my second bonus action as an attack. Then, so I'm gonna attack with the rapier, and then again with the dagger. So for the first attack with the rapier, woohoo, that is a natural 20. 6. And-
yeah, that definitely hits. So that crits.
Hang on a
double the
second.
dice?
So there's a thing I can do. So I can do immediately after you deal sneak attack, you can target second creature. I would like to use the Whales of the Grave feature. So okay, so I'm gonna roll the damage for this one first because they're separate damages, so the crit wouldn't apply to the second one.
Okay.
Apologies that I'm just trying to figure this out real fast.
And I'm just gonna put this out there right now before, as we go into some combats in the tomb. I just want to remind everybody there's going to be little to no opportunities for long rests, or no opportunities for long rests, pretty much. Very extremely dangerous to do so in this tomb. If you, I'm just gonna be upfront with you about that. So a big part of this dungeon crawl is resource management. So
let me put it this way.
Keep that in mind.
This is our third Chimera Collective. This is the first time I've had an opportunity to use this feature.
Okay. All right.
Because one, I either don't get sneak attack, or two, we don't have enough enemies. Oh, we only have one enemy. Never mind, I can't do it anymore. I forgot the swarm is one enemy.
Yeah, this is... Yeah, just want to make that very clear to everybody.
I always treat one-shots, regardless of what the one-shot is, even when it's Sonata. I always treat it as if, like, we're not having a rest, and if we're lucky, great. If not, I am stingy as fuck because of it. Because I'm like, nope, this is a one-shot. We're not gonna spend all willy-nilly sleeping all the time.
I just want to be upfront about that, though. That's part of the challenge.
22 piercing damage, and there's only one enemy, so I can't actually use my Whales of the Grave, because I need
22 piercing damage?
Yep, I rolled good on my sneak attack.
So, describe how you attack this swarm.
She's just gonna come out with the rapier, and because they tend to be very thin, she's gonna kind of swish. So she's trying to hit as many coins as she can while they're in the air.
So
this is a swarm.
She makes this W.
Yeah.
And the scarabs fall. More and more of the swarm falls. But there's still some attached to Crystal and Dr. E, and some swarming around the gold. It's still up, but you've done a significant amount of damage as you see them fall to this, like, they don't bleed. There's nothing like that. They just become inert.
So then I'm gonna bonus action follow up with the rapier. Not with the rapier, the dagger for my 2-weapon fighting.
Dagger.
Yeah. Not nearly as good. That's gonna be an 18 to hit.
18. Okay. 18 does hit.
So 18 hits, so that dagger is a d4. So it's gonna be 7 more piercing damage.
Okay. Mathing. So you see some more fall, and you even are able to stab off several that were on Dr. E.
Awesome. That's gonna be, well, which way? It's 5, 10, 15. I do have 5 more feet, so I will take the risk to step back as well.
Okay.
Which I'm assuming is out of their melee range.
So you step back. They are going to. Actually, they're pretty focused on the prey they have right now. They're gonna leave you alone.
Okay.
No, that's all right. They don't need to be.
Crystal, what would you like to do?
Okay, so am I able, with these things on my hand, to be able to use my rapier?
You can use it in your other hand.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
that's what I.
It's a
That's what I
one-handed
will
weapon,
do.
so yeah.
So I will attack, make a single attack with my rapier. So,
Get it off.
See, having seen that it worked for Wisteria, seems like a really good idea. So that's gonna be 17.
That hits.
Okay, 1d8 plus 3. What are these? Oh. Dice overboard. I'm sorry, I only have 1d8. One moment.
How
Sounds like
do
we need to
you
save us some
not
more
have
dice.
multiple?
The
Ever
worst of it
since-
is that it landed with the 8 up
Oh,
on the
sad.
floor. So
Maybe
we'll
you'll do it again. You don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. see. It did.
Oh wow, good.
So that's 11 damage.
All right, you can track that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I actually have lots of dice, but I only have. I also have the 2 kittens running around, so I only have one set out at a time for safety's sake.
Yeah, that
They
makes
they,
sense.
probably
they
fair.
run off with them.
All right.
They will run
so
off with anything.
you're able to get most of the ones off of you, and cut into the parts of the swarm as well, as more fall and become inert. But there's still some remaining swarming around.
Oh.
And it is the scarab's turn.
Did I take damage from being bitten?
You were not bitten yet. They just got on you, but then I started initiative, so I basically gave you like a reaction to try to help him out. And then, but they didn't have a chance to get you back yet. Then we went into initiative. So now they do if they want to, but you're not the one that necessarily disturbed them. So they're going after the one that disturbed them. So, christening the big boy. Alright.
This is when you choose to pull it out. I see how it is.
So that's a 20 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's now full swarm now on you, not just one little bugger. That is 6. 13 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
Jesus.
And you have disadvantage on attack rolls until the start of the scarab's next turn.
Okay.
Elowen.
Okay, so these are like metal scarabs.
They
essentially,
appear
right?
they look like gold. I mean, until when he was shifting them, they felt like gold. They were really thin, but they were just ornate, like carved like scarabs, and then they came alive and little legs popped out, but they look metallic. They look like gold.
Okay, that's all
It's
I wanted
just
to hear.
they're moving around now and biting
All right.
and swarming.
Yeah. So I'm
Got
gonna go
wings.
ahead. I'm gonna do something Elwyn doesn't normally do. She's gonna go ahead and she's gonna squeeze in here. And she's gonna go ahead and touch the doctor's hand where the scarabs are kind of hanging out on. And she's gonna go ahead and cast Shocking Grasp. And I do it with advantage because they're metal. Oh, thank God. 22 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. Okay. So that is 7 lightning damage, and they cannot take reactions till the start of its next turn.
They can't take reactions. Is that due to being stunned?
It's because I landed a hit. It said on a hit, the target takes 1d8 lightning damage, and it can't take reactions until the start of its next turn.
So they're not stunned, but they can't
Okay.
take reaction.
They're not stunned. They just can't take a reaction. Is all.
Okay. Got it. And how much damage was that again? Sorry.
7.
What'd I say?
7? Got it. Alrighty. You see more fall go inert as the energy pulses through them.
And I'm hoping the ones that I touched on his hand were the ones that got most of that kind of maybe fell off.
I'm trying to determine if that would cause him any damage since they're metal and conducting through. Give me a con save, Dr. E.
$16.
Okay, you're fine.
Was careful. Apparently.
So that's it for you, Elowen?
That is all I can do. However, I do have enough movement to bounce back, so I'm gonna go ahead and get in there
They're
just
not
so
taking a
Wisteria can
reaction.
squeeze it.
You gonna join your boo over here hiding from them?
I am, but I is extra squishy, so I'm just like, I'm good, okay, get in there.
Dr. E, it is your turn. If you do try to attack, it is at disadvantage.
Yes. Would you say that they're all on my clothing?
They're on your hand and your forearm, and then swarming and flying all around you and in front of you.
So because I'm trying to think what I kind of want to do, and you tell me if the scenario doesn't work for it. Okay.
Yeah.
But what I kind of want to do is I wear a kind of a duster jacket. So if I were to take that off and throw it on the ground, would I effectively remove most of the ones that are actually on me, or is the scenario not like that right now?
If you had a jacket on, then they probably would have crawled under your jacket sleeve to get as close to your flesh as they can.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Okay, so I guess I'm going to try to brush whatever one's off on my arm that I can.
Okay, that's an unarmed strike at disadvantage.
Yay! Jeez. It's only a +1. So disadvantage is a 13 to hit.
Okay, that does not hit. So you try, but they've just got too much of a grip on you, and you could feel it kind of tearing at your skin. You're like, ah! Ugh. You try to, they just aren't coming off.
Okay, and then for my bonus action, I will order Ramiel to fire upon them.
Okay.
And so he doesn't have disadvantage, thankfully.
No, he does not.
That's a dirty 20 to hit.
That hits.
Too bad he doesn't do much damage. But that is going to be 5 force damage.
Hey.
To the swarm.
All right. So, how does he do this? What does it look like?
Well, so Ramiel is my mask, so a pulse of energy, just like a wave of disturbed air,
Okay.
comes out from the mask towards the swarm flying around.
So, and almost like an EM pulse, it goes, and all of the scarabs go inert and fall. Guys are out of combat. You no
Sounds
longer
bad.
feel them piercing into your skin.
Just
Crystal, the
kinda-
ones on you also fall inert and fall to the ground.
Kind of just look back at the group. Everything all right down there?
We got sandals now.
Fair enough.
Dr. E is gonna move over here and slump against that pillar.
Actually, like to grab a couple pieces of these creature coins.
Okay. How many do you want to scoop up?
I'll let the dice decide. Let me see. 3.
Okay. So you pick out 3 of the least damaged ones that you can find. They're very shiny. And it's so strange. They seem just like shiny scarab coins, but like they're a little bit thicker than a normal coin when you squish them, but they feel metallic.
I'll take a moment to just kind of overlook their bodies, check their condition, just kind of observe them a little closer, and then I'll put them in my little side pouch.
Okay.
Can I tell how hurt Dr. E is?
You want to do
Especially-
medicine check?
Yep, especially since he like slumped over. He's all like,
I mean, not like unconscious, but
I know, but I mean, you acted like you were physically wounded, gravely.
oh,
So let's see. Plus, I think that's a 6. So that is 22.
Yeah, you can tell like he's taken some significant damage. His arm is torn up. He's bleeding. He seems to be clearly, you can see he's clearly in pain. Because his mask is off right now.
Alrighty. Shit, I don't want to burn any second level slots just yet, do I? God, I wish I was a ritual. Like, you would think that they would give, like, clerics one ritual healing spell.
No.
Depends on the cleric.
They did. They're called cantrips, and one of them is called
I was
Spare the
good.
Dying.
Yeah, I was gonna say there is
That's not
actually
that's
one
that's
not healing.
that's
Not
that is
healing.
not healing.
That is healing, because then
Or
you're not
ritual.
dying.
I
Because
think
you're
it
not
would.
dying.
I think it would be sort of broken for clerics, though, if you did that in a way. I mean, I would love it for my, for my cleric, but I get why.
Well, not really.
There's life clerics that have their channel divinity like
Yeah.
is this burst of healing.
right,
they're-
but
they
that's
have
still
something,
limited
but-
use. If you
Yeah.
had a cantrip or a ritual
My
spell
internet
Yeah, that'd be
just
broken.
died.
do
People wouldn't
healing,
use it
it-
all the time.
you would just spam it all the time.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
Cure Wounds is level 1.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a cure wounds and hope for the best. Oh, we just lost Weirds. I think his
Oh
internet just died.
no.
I
Oh
heard
no
him
to
say
Cam.
Well. Womp womp.
Did we take another short break here?
Nope,
Well,
we're
Oh.
good.
Oh.
I don't know what
Okay.
you're talking about.
No, my for some reason
I think we're
I-
flip-flops now.
lost all sorts of connection there.
We won't be
That's-
flip-flopped as soon as he hits the camera button, so don't.
Yeah, as
don't
soon as
shoot
I hit the
everyone.
camera button, hold on.
There we go.
Yay.
I love the repositioning.
Yay. Okay.
So that is 10 points of healing you get back, sir.
Very nice.
Ooh, thank you.
Oh, nice.
I rolled
Very
rolled a
nice.
6 on my D8, so my dice like you, so be grateful.
Would it be okay if I
Sorry, Azrin.
just just sweep over this room that I walked into, trying to see what's in here?
Yeah, give me an investigation roll as you explore the bed chamber.
Right. Investigation of
Sound like a behemoth die.
Yeah, it did.
it was the metal die actually.
Oh,
Uh,
just a
17 for no, excuse me. 18 for investigation.
Okay, that's enough. You kind of push aside some of the broken pottery over by the head of the bed area, and you notice underneath some of these like just rotten like cloth, and presumably they were blankets at one point. You're not sure. Brushing it aside, you do find another tablet.
I just kind of take the end of my cane and just give it a poke, make sure nothing, jumps out at me.
Poke. Nothing seems to happen.
Pick it up.
Were we able to get the tablet from the coins in the end? Does
It's still
Dr.
there.
E have that one?
He kind of retracted his hand when they got attacked, I imagine, but it's still there. Unless you want to say you've been clutching the tablet the whole time, which is fine.
I mean, it honestly doesn't matter.
Yeah, but you've
Yeah.
recovered 2 tablets from this room so far. From this
And how
section of the
many?
chamber.
There were 3 from before, and how many slots did we find? We found
7.
7.
We found
7
7
total?
slots, and we
found
found
So we're down
5
2.
tablets.
You
We're
found
at
6
5
of
right
the
now.
7, I think.
We have 5 tablets
Five
out
of
of
the
7 so
seven.
far.
Yeah,
Oh,
5
you have
right.
5. Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
we just haven't read what or deciphered the newest 2 that we've got.
The newest 2.
Right.
I thought you found more than that. Let me see.
No, we only found 3 in the first room, and then we found the one in
4,
here, and then the one just
5.
now.
Oh, yeah.
We have 2 more.
That being said, we have a couple chests over here.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
I
where.
was- Yeah, I was
Go ahead.
actually going to start investigating that, but I was letting them investigate the coins before all the crazy happened.
Karen will give guidance to whoever's going to do the poking at stuff that they might not should be poking at.
You can give it to Weirds. I'm going to aid Wisteria as she looks things over.
You're Wisteria.
No, yeah, Owen. Short words. Yeah.
I'm gonna help
Speaking in third
myself.
person now.
I'm gonna help myself do this. So.
Yes.
All right, give me
I would like to
investigation
give
check
myself aid.
for the chests. Those of you that are doing it.
All right.
Okay.
Oh,
Can I
thank
be moving
goodness.
out of the room as this is happening with the 2 tablets we found?
Yeah, give me a history check. 2 history checks for the tablets
Alright.
as you look them over.
Thank God.
So
for
what were
that,
those
'cause I thought-
investigations? Let's start with Weirds.
All right. With
Carl.
the assistance from Kieran, we have a total of 27.
Okay. You don't notice, you kind of go over carefully along the rim of the chest. The wood looks a little rotted and old, fragile. Probably wouldn't be too hard just to break the thing open, to be honest. But it
does
doesn't
it-
appear to be trapped.
Does it look like it's locked?
It is locked,
I'll
but the
just go
wood
ahead.
is very old and fragile.
He's just gonna pick up the box. Yeah. And let it drop and crack.
Okay.
Well, doesn't mean the things inside aren't.
You hear something on the inside kind of hit the lid and hit the floor as well. Like there is something heavy inside the chest.
So the chest didn't actually
Your
break.
breaking sound, and the chest itself does burst open, and you see one of the tablets inside. Only the tablet has broken.
Yeah.
That's okay. It can be put back together. Just
With
gonna-
what?
Do none of you carry glue?
Do you carry glue?
No.
I got something better than glue.
Oh, do you?
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting you have that damn joke.
Yeah, because those tablets have to go in those slots. So
Yeah,
we
they do.
would have to put it. We can't just translate it. It has to get put back together.
Yeah. I don't have
Well-
mending.
I mean, do you make a habit of carrying glue?
I do.
I'm talking
I
to
know
you.
We-
I was asking Weirds, and you left the room. You left the room.
Yeah, he's not in the room right now, but you do find that you can pick up the shattered pieces if you want.
No, I just leave him there and tell the doctor that maybe it's best if you do the mending on the spot, where all the pieces are. I don't want to leave anything behind on accident.
And Wisteria, what was your investigation for the chest?
Oh, it was mine. She was assisting
Oh, sorry,
me.
Elowen.
Yeah.
Nat 20 for 24.
Woo!
Okay. This chest is in a lot better condition than the other one. Seems pretty solid. It is locked, and it glows faintly glows with magic of some kind. It's got some sort of aura to it.
I am first, just because I can, I'm gonna just kind of wave my hand over this whole top, just press the dissertation to get all the sand and dust and everything out of the way, just to make it much clearer. Because I can, I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my dagger and just kind of hover it over the chest and cast detect magic so I can understand the school of magic that's emanating from this box.
Okay. And it is. I don't remember. I didn't set that up. Hold on.
That's all good.
Transmutation.
Oh. Okay. Ooh, Stereo Love, can you take a look at this box? It seems to be locked, but do be careful. There is some magical properties inside it that's emanating from it.
I mean, I can't do much about the magic, but I can see if there's a way to turn it off, maybe from the outside. Looking over the box, do I see any mechanisms, anything that would be to, like, a way someone who was intentionally trying to get into it would disarm it manually?
You lift the box and look over the ends, closely study it. All you see is the lock.
I think unless...
It would
Yeah.
normally fit a key of some kind, but...
I mean, I can pick the lock, but, unless someone here has a way to get rid of the magic, we're taking a risk, and I suggest you stand back.
Is the magic on the lock or from within?
Elowen, you
From
feel
within.
it? Yeah, it seems to be kind of like... It's hard to pinpoint, because it's kind of just glowing in the box.
I think it's coming from within, otherwise it'd be much stronger if it was on the outside, so just be careful. I think it's more of an item inside, so just unlock it and just don't touch anything inside just yet.
Alright, do you mind taking a step back in case something goes boom and we misread this?
I'll just stay right behind you, love, and I'll just take a step back right behind her.
Okay.
So I will pick the lock.
So go ahead and roll me that sleight of hand.
Yeah. I'm just getting back over to my...
If I whisper sweet nothings in her ear, is it like guidance?
Totally. That I can math.
Yes, you
21.
Okay.
I don't like
You get in
13 and
there.
8. They're not nice numbers to add together.
And click.
More very slowly open the lid. I'm not like face open. It's kind of like this open because I want to make sure if anything goes off, it's not in my face.
Okay. Slowly open it up. Nothing seems to be happening.
Alright. I got it open for you. Let's take a look inside.
Thank you, love. Let's take a peek.
Of course.
See what is emanating from inside.
You look inside and it appears empty.
When you were investigating the box, was there a false bottom by chance?
I didn't take a look inside of it. Let's... Would you want to, or, you want me to?
You know what? I could actually probably do it and check see if maybe there's a false bottom or even a false top with this item inside. However, it could also be very possible that it's invisible, so give me just a moment. I want to try something. So I'm going to go ahead and take a step back and use Mage Hand to kind of pick up the box and tilt it upside down and see if I hear anything from it. Or just jiggle it a little bit and see if there's something inside. Very gently.
Okay, you move the box around. Nothing seems to be rattling.
And when I flip it upside down, I don't hear anything, kind of like a tink of anything falling out.
But the torchlight does catch the bottom, and you see there's writing on the bottom, on the inside. Seems to be some hieroglyphics.
Using the hand, I'll bring it a little bit closer. Charles, or the good doctor, if you can come over here and help me decipher this a little bit. Just
Sure.
say some words.
Okay, Charles, give me a history check.
Long Lost Lore, thank you so much for that raid. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome, Long
Oh,
Lost
wow.
Lore. Thank you, Raiders. Hi.
That's going to be a history of 16.
Okay, so you see it says, I can't remember the Egyptian sounding word that I came up with. So it's just say stone in Al Sharai, in ancient Al Sharai. So basically, it's asking you to read it out loud. Do you read it out loud?
I will read it out loud.
Okay.
Barrel.
Sure. That's friend, I
Speak
think, or
friend in
open.
here.
Whoever heard the word and actually got the joke.
Yeah.
There's
Oh no,
Bell.
Lord of the Rings. Totally get it. We know.
Bello.
It's stone,
So
not
as
friend,
you say
though.
the word, the chest starts spinning in the air and then pops, and a tablet appears.
And
There
catch.
it is.
And just... I did it.
The chest is no more; it just transformed into the tablet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that explains the transmutation aura I was getting from it. Very clever.
She was a sorcerer of sorts.
Well, if my math is correct, I think we have all 7 tablets now. So we should probably go into the next room, and I mean we can finish figuring out what's in that other little alcove over there, but I think we got everything.
So I'm gonna say with his bending spell, he's able to mend the tablet just to kind of make things move along a little bit here. With all of you guys working together, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to translate. So at this time, I'm not gonna ask for more translations rolls. I'm just gonna reveal them. And I'll move you guys over to... So now the challenge is the order.
Oh god. Oh, I gotta zoom out. Okay. Oh, I can't get rid of the turn order. Meh. Okay.
This doesn't matter, and I'm just moving them all in a place where you guys can see them.
Okay.
I don't know what would be easier and make sense, but you guys all should have access to them so you can manipulate them on your own. I'm going to delete this because this was just the image of the untranslated one.
Okay.
I don't know what these dots are, so those are
I think for that... you keep moving it where I put my initiative order thing.
Don't move them yet.
Hold on. Yeah, too much.
Do not.
So sorry.
Stop. Hands off. Hands off. Hands off. Hands off. Hands off.
I also just want to say that with Doctor, with all the investigations and stuff going on, you guys have been doing really well. You are also able to notice that the slots on each of the pillars have a hieroglyphic number, so you're able to determine where number 1 should go. Once you figure out which one you think it should go first, you know which slot should be first.
Okay. Now,
so you know all the numbers.
Do any of these writing correspond with the murals that we're seeing on the walls?
A lot of them do, but the murals don't seem to be telling like a cohesive story, and a lot of them are faded or broken. But a few of them are visible.
Okay. What I'm trying to figure out is if there's an order of events that in the paintings, even though they're not telling the whole story, but like, this happened first, and whether or not they correspond to these.
Okay. So you're looking specifically for any that go along with these tablets.
Yes.
Again, a lot of them are broken or faded, and the story repeats as well. And so it gets a little confusing, but with this focus and with all the tablets found, and keeping that in mind, go ahead and give me an investigation roll for trying to see if any might be right next to each other or something like that you're able to piece together.
Talking with
It's an
Leaf in the
18.
river.
18? Okay. Let me just resolve this first and then.
Mhm.
So with an 18, you see there's an image of the two figures Kabara and Makarasati, and they're holding hands, and they're on a raised platform, and there's all of the people are kind of like seem like they're celebrating.
The wedding
And
one.
next to it, that's pretty clear to see is Makarasati, and she has her hand out. Or no, wait, she actually, you can't see her face because I said that that part was missing. But you see a hand out, like healing the sick.
Okay. So I'm just gonna move a couple of these right now, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would imagine if that's when she healed the sick, that it would making the rivers return, the crops flourish once again probably comes after that.
That's what I was thinking.
All right. I just wanna point this out. We're
I
putting
wonder
him.
where.
I'm trying to say something real quick. We're putting him in order, right? The ones up top are the ones that are not in order, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So far.
Okay, just wanted to make that clear before I started moving forward, because I'm a little confused at the moment.
Yeah, I would have thought we put the ones in order at the top left, but
Well,
that's just
we
me.
just know that these two go together in this order so far. That's it.
Okay.
Not
I
anything that
get you.
happens before or after.
Okay.
I feel like at least for orders anyway, the Habara found Makarasati surrounded by great beasts, yet no fear had no hold over her. And then the next one was Habara wed the beautiful Makarasati.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
Would be the ones in order, and potentially I don't know if this would go before he found Makarasati or after the wedding, but that's when he made war, conquering the neighbors, bringing back wealth and riches, which caused disaster to struck the lands.
Mm-hmm.
And then that order, and then it goes to she performed great miracles and made the river return.
Yeah. The Makarasati wept is the one that's throwing me off right now, because feels like he made war, disaster struck, he found her, they wed, she fixed it all, but when she wept, when did she?
She wept and then made the river return.
I'm thinking she would weep after disaster struck.
All right.
Yes.
Hold on.
She weep after war was made, and that's what caused the
That also makes
disasters.
sense too.
Yeah.
Didn't Leaf in the River explain the legend of these two to us?
Yes.
She said, let's see here. She said weird things started happening, such as the rivers were turning red, crops were going bad, there was an increase in sandstorms and locusts.
Not talking about the curses currently plaguing, but
Talking about the story.
Talking about the story of these two.
She only mentioned that both the king and the queen were the Leonin type creatures. Many people loved him, but there were tales of him being a tyrant and kingdoms being conquered. There are a lot more tales, however, involving both of their love between each other. There was rumors that the queen had magic abilities to heal the sick. She had immeasurable beauty. King was from a powerful, long line of kings. The queen seemed to have just come out of nowhere, and he fell for her hard. She was not of noble birth, however. And the disaster overall caused the city itself to bury in the sand, as the legends go.
Okay, so if I may, right now what we're missing is these two meeting being at the beginning of the story, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I would say, sorry, I'm just moving things.
No, I was gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
At least those three, I think, go in. Well, we know the 2 and 3 go side by side in that
Yeah.
order, but the meeting should be somewhere before that.
Well, if she wasn't of noble blood or anything, and he sort of met her, to me, the fact that he found her, and then surrounded by great beasts. So, like that sort of a meeting would probably be very impressed. Like he would have been impressed with that. I'm thinking.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That she was fearless.
If she's like, if she's reversing the damage after they were wed, because 2 and 3, like this guy and this guy are together, then that means beforehand this has to happen.
Yeah, the
Like the destruction has to be before
Has to be
like
before-
before these two happen. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense.
Why would it
I
happen before those two?
Because she's repairing the damage from the plagues.
But they could have already been wed
Maybe.
and repairing the damage of her kingdom.
There's one way to tell.
I took it that basically she wed and performed miracles, just generally improving the life of the population.
Yeah.
And
but all the things that she does is directly in opposition to the plagues that befell the kingdom. So she healed the sick and the crippled. She returned the crops. The weeping could have returned the crops. That just symbolically, it could either be before here, or it could be that the actual disasters themselves caused her to weep, like she saw all the damage being done and she wept.
Yeah, that's really what I feel like. He would have been making war and conquering neighbors and bringing back wealth and riches. Could have brought back something that allowed the disasters to strike.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So I feel like these two go in this order. Like he pissed someone off, or he did something that caused these distractions.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what I was thinking.
Like I was thinking if she was reactive, then 2 and 3 do not go together.
Well, we have the murals together of 2 and 3. That's why 2 and 3 are there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were given that one.
Well, then let's go ahead and look at 4 and 5.
Now the question is, if who knows if it's going to be, if it was this powerful or not, but the Makarasati wept could have been, very, like as legends go, she wept, therefore making the river return. That makes sense. But what also makes sense is Kabara made war, conquering neighbors, bringing back wealth and riches, which also caused her to weep. And I'm just picturing this from what we saw in the dream, where she's like, you've changed. And she's like, we need to not do this because he probably just became batshit crazy. And she's like, nope.
Oh,
Even
sorry
that, she could have
play
left
a little
because
bit
of the disasters.
Yeah, sorry to play a little bit of devil's advocate here, but reading the language, conquering neighbors, bringing back wealth and riches, made the river return and the crops flourish once again. That to me play famine and drought before these two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Because something had
disasters have
happened
nothing
where
to do with wealth and riches.
No,
Actually,
because
I think
what,
this is. I get what you're
What
saying
was-
because it's the bringing back part, but I think he's just saying he conquered neighbors
Yeah,
and brought
bringing
back more
back.
wealth and riches. Not that he's bringing back wealth and riches because we had them before,
I mean,
but because he went to war and that's what he brought back with him.
that's
Oh,
the
okay.
ambiguity of the language. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Okay,
Leaf
if we
and-
start out in the first one, it starts with Cabara did something. Okay, he found her, he wed her. Then it has her doing something. So I wonder if it bounces back and forth between action and reaction, where she performed great miracles, then he waged war, then she fixed it, then he did something, and then in the end, she wept.
I mean, good point.
Yeah.
Kiara, do any of the slots on the pillars line up with the two that we feel pretty confident about, the wedding and then she performed great miracles? Are
Like I
any of
said,
those
you
slots
are already
directly in
aware
front of
because of
those?
the hieroglyphic numbers. You're already aware of where the first tablet should go, the second tablet should go. You know where where all the tablets should go. You just have to figure out the order.
are all the tablets the same size?
Yes,
Well,
Okay.
hold on.
slots are all the same.
Are any of those slots directly in front of the murals that correlate to the wedding or the performing miracles?
Multiple would, because the story repeats.
Forward.
So not too much
That-
information there.
Is the mural the story?
Can we go back to the other layer real quick? I may be fundamentally misunderstanding. Can you just ping on the wall where the mirror of them getting married?
Actually, what
Or
you're
is
saying
it
is
in
there's
multiple,
multiple.
multiple instances?
They
along the
repeat.
wall?
Yeah, they
Okay.
repeat. It's just
Here,
some.
Then that
cycle.
It's
doesn't
just
help.
some
Here,
are really faded,
here.
some are more damaged. Others you can
Oh.
make it out clear. In one of the repetitions, you were able to clearly see those two right next to each other.
Okay.
So is
Can
it
we- can
cyclical?
we
Do we
s-
have to make it so that it tells a story that could repeat over and over and over again?
I'll help you
Might be
guys
going
out.
too far
It's
into that.
probably time to just pick one and try it. Process of elimination, a little bit. There could be a risk to that, but you guys seem fairly confident about some of them.
I'm just roll with me here for a second. What if we try that?
I mean, I'm not against it.
No. 'Cause it-
I think the order
Only
does make
because-
sense.
because of what we
this
saw in
one
the
right
dream.
here is a wild card. I don't know if this is the beginning. I don't know if this is number 1. I don't know if this is last. I don't know if this goes right here. This one is the wild
Yeah.
card that's throwing me off.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we
this
could
is the one
just
that
try
throws
this
me
and
off,
see what
though.
happens.
So I think we should start with number 1 being the meeting.
Yep. Let's try that.
That's where you'd like to start. Let's do it.
So you put the tablet for Kabara found Makara Sati surrounded by great beasts, yet fear had no hold on her. You place it in, and it sinks further in and locks in place.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yep. All right. This is how we're gonna do
Number
it.
Then
2, yeah, the wedding. We'll try that in slot number 2.
You go to the number 2 slot. You insert Kabara wed the beautiful Makara Sati, the city rejoiced. You place it in.
Mhm.
It accepts it, brings it in, and locks into place.
Number 3, the
Performed miracles.
performed miracles.
You find the 3rd slot. You put in Makara Sati performed great miracles, healing the sick, the crippled, the injured. You place it in. It accepts it, brings it in, locks into place.
Hey, cool. So those are set. I'm good to try moving forward with the 4 in the order that they're in.
Okay.
Okay.
Disaster
Anybody else?
struck.
Yeah. at least
Yep.
process of elimination until we get one that's rejected, and then kind of go from there.
Okay.
Disaster struck in number 4.
You put disaster struck the lands, famine, drought, and plague. You place it in. Goes in. And locks into place.
All right.
Oh.
Number 5.
Boosh.
Number 5. You go up to the number 5 slot. Makara Sati wept. You put it in. Goes in. The entire chamber starts to shake. The tablet
Oh.
gets spat out onto the ground.
Yep.
And I need dexterity saves from everybody as the chamber shakes and things start falling from the ceiling.
That was the other one that we weren't quite sure its placement. So yeah, that's fine.
I think Kamara
Sorry.
made war should be before she wept.
Take
Yeah,
cover.
that's what I was
Thinking she
thinking.
wept out of frustration at the
She
end.
wept at the end, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I'm sorry, what kind of save is this?
Dexterity save to see how fast you are at dodging out of the way of these stone slabs falling onto you.
Potentially
30, 20.
not fast enough.
Okay. So whoever got under a 13 failed the save. So if you got under a 13, raise your hand.
I saved.
I'm raising
Okay.
my hand.
Okay, so 3 of you. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's you take
Ouch.
6 points bludgeoning damage. I rolled high. Sorry.
Gritchy.
So I'm thinking. Oh, no, it could also be this way.
So the chamber shakes and shakes, and
No,
then
take it out. Take it out the tablet.
starts calming down. Oh, it's already out. It got
okay.
spit out. I'm just explaining like it's trembling and then it calms down and then goes still again. And there's dust kind of filling the chamber. You guys cough a little bit, but you all seem fairly okay. A few of you did get clipped by some of the slabs falling down, but could have been a lot worse.
So it was myself, Elowen, and who was the other person that got hit?
You, Elowen, and Kieran, I believe.
Oh, Kieran.
Okay, so yeah, the order that you just put them in is
Yeah, we'll
That's
try
what makes
that
the
one
most
next.
sense to me. So I see what
Yeah.
you guys thought.
yeah. No, that
Yeah.
would make sense because then she
It doesn't feel right to put the
helped.
war and then she fixed the rivers. It felt better to
Yeah.
go this order.
Nope, that makes sense to me.
All
Well,
right.
yeah, we'll try that order unless anybody has strong opposition.
Alright, Makara Sati.
So you take, you go back up to the 5th slot. You put in Makara Sati made the river return and the crops flourished once again. Goes in, accepts it, and locks into place.
Okay.
You put in over to the 6th tablet slot. Kabara made war, conquering neighbors, bringing back wealth and riches. You put it in, it accepts it, and locks into place. And the same thing happens with the last and final tablet. You put it in, Makara Sati wept. It accepts it, locks into place. The 2 large double doors to the right start rumbling and sliding open, revealing a staircase that leads down further into the temple palace.
I knew those 2 were going to be just a specific order. We just didn't know which.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
Woo.
Yeah.
You did mention something earlier in the chat. Did you say that we were gonna have to end a little early?
That was playing it by ear.
Okay, just making sure.
But we can.
I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
good if we
Is
keep
everybody
going.
still good to continue for another 30 minutes, or should we end it?
Yep.
Yeah,
Nope.
I'm good.
So good.
Drugs are doing me good.
I'm personally.
Are you dying? Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. We can end it here. That's fine. I'd rather everyone be alert and ready to go and stuff. So
I mean, it's also a good cutoff point.
it
Yeah.
is a really
that's
good
true.
stopping
That is
point.
true.
It's a very good stopping point. So
Oh man, I like it when we stop right in the middle of a combat.
Right?
You would.
Yeah, like
So
last.
next time, you guys will be descending down these stairs to see what else this temple palace tomb has in store for you. you've accomplished the first level of it. So I'm excited to see what you guys do next. Thank you everyone for joining us with for this episode of Chimera Collective Tomb of the Cursed. We'll be back next Friday, 7:30 for the next part of this mini series. So I hope to see you guys then, and don't forget all of our other shows on Behold Roleplay. We've got our Monday Mass Effect game run by Zorro. We have our Tuesday long-running Destiny Forged game, which is this awesome like horror campaign set in the homebrew world that a lot of Behold Roleplay's games are set in. That is just so interesting. I love the characters in that too. Just crazy shit happens, and I just people keep touching things they shouldn't be touching. It's getting wild.
Everything. Touch
Sticky
Yeah.
finger.
Anyway.
Sticky
And
finger.
we also have the alternating Saturday games. We've got Withered Waste this Saturday, which is like a dystopian, post-apocalyptic, magic, no goody campaign. I'm terrible at describing these things. It's like in the desert. It's fun. Check it out. And then we've got Wayward Wanderers, which is like a bunch of crazy circus people, from what I understand, run by Azarin, who's amazing. And it's a Pathfinder campaign. All I keep hearing is people referring to it as things being on fire all the time, but
I mean, that's what everyone assumes, but that was only in like what, the first 3,
Like
4
a
episodes?
first
Now
few
it's just
episodes?
kicking down
Okay.
doors without investigating. It's all kicking down
We
doors.
we
I
set
think
the
the-
bar really high. Let's just put it that
Gotcha.
way.
No, you do it once, you get known for it, and that's all people remember.
We should be
Yeah.
known
Yep.
for knocking down doors then. We do that far more
But you
often.
set something on fire, and that's more fun to tell people about.
It was
Listen.
spectacular.
If you miss anything, you can always check out our VODs, or you can check it out on Behold Lore on our YouTube channel. So please check that out. Like, follow, subscribe, do all those things. We love y'all. Thank you for joining us tonight, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening and a great weekend. Bye!